Good morning, everybody. How's everyone doing? This is Calvin Butler with the RBBS Logistics Learning Center and the National Dispatchers Network. Today is Saturday, so it's about 10:20. So it must be time for the Six Figures Booking Freight from Home show. Hope everyone had a great week, a profitable week. And today we got a lot of great things going on. Today is going to be geared towards brokering. So for those of you who are brokers, you might want to put your listening caps on and take out your notepads and start your recordings, because today is going to be about brokering. And what we're going to do today is we're going to be showing brokers, new brokerage firms, an alternative way of setting up their structure, of structuring their firm. Now, I know we kind of touched on this during our spot training. Is that correct, everybody? Didn't we touch on this during spot training this week? I think that's what it was. Wasn't it spot training? Somebody help me out.
I didn't hear the question, sorry.
The subject of our show today is showing brokerage firms, new brokerage firms, an alternative way of setting up their firm, or setting up their structure to their firm. Didn't we touch on that earlier this week was it spot training or was it in Q&A? I think it was in spot training.
It had to be spot training because I didn't hear it in Q&A.
Okay, yeah, I think it was spot training that we did earlier this week. So if you want to go back and check out that little spot training, you'll hear us talk about it, briefly for about 15 minutes. But today we're going to go in a extensive review and extensive, reporting of how you all can set those up and how it could benefit you greatly. Okay, and we're going to be doing some numbers and running the numbers and crunching the numbers and showing you all that by restructuring your brokerage firm or starting out structuring your brokerage firm in this manner, how it's going to really, really, really benefit you. Now, before that, what we want to do is this. Before that, what we want to do is this. First of all, can you all see my screen? No, you can't, right?
No, just you.
Let's share my screen. See what we got going on, what we got going on. All right, let's share. And let's get on some stuff. We got Google, we got that, we got this, we got that. Let's get on some, there we go. All right, now you all can see my screen, right?
Yes.
All right, great. All right, let's go ahead and hold on here. We don't have anybody waiting to get into the meeting. Remember, if you want to join our meeting, you can go to mydispatcher.org. You go to mydispatcher.org and you can check us out by going back here and clicking on the click here to join the meeting. Now, you're not going to be able to join if you're not a subscription paying member. So, for our subscription paying members, if you want to join our meeting, this is where you go to join our meeting. But those of you who are not subscription paying members, see how I can move this over. There we go. But those of you who are not subscription paying members, you're going to have to go to our Facebook page. Okay, you got to go to our Facebook page, and we are actually broadcasting on several Facebook outlets right now. Okay, I don't know if I got that saved right or not. Hope I got that saved right. We are broadcasting on several Facebook outlets at this moment. Password. Give me a second. Give me a second, y'all. I gotta sign in here. Somebody's been hacking into my Facebook account. When I find out who it is, I'm gonna send them to prison. Give me a second.
Prison.
Yeah, I'm tired of it. They just really getting on my nerves with hacking into my account. I've had to change my password like 6 times already in the last 5 days. I'm trying to think here, what is my password? Okay, I think I got it. No, is that it? No. Yeah, I think that's it. I'm thinking that's it. Nope, that's not it. Oh, come on, Calvin. This is really going into
You gotta write these things down.
I know.
Especially when it's so long.
It has to be long. I mean, seriously, that's the only way you can keep them from.
That's true. That's true.
I think that's wrong too. Oh no, I got it. The password was invalid. Come on, man! I've got to reset this thing again. This is crazy. Y'all hold on a minute. I'm gonna have to stop sharing just for a second to reset my password. Y'all give me a second. Let me stop sharing here for a second so I can reset my password, and then I'll get back to the sharing. Let me pause share. There we go. All right, let me get back to my passwords here. All right, let me get back to my password here. Let me, all right. All right, let's see here. This is all right, I got it, y'all. It's crazy, man. I mean, when I say this is crazy, when I say this is crazy, it is crazy.
They try to log into your brilliance.
Yeah, I'm like it's. I mean, literally 6 times in the last 2 days, I've had to change my password on both my accounts. I'm like, what's really going on? I mean, I'm starting to think it's competitors. I really am. I hate to say that, but I'm starting to think his competitors trying to get into my stuff.
No, it's true. That's what it looks like.
Yeah.
You have to take it that many times.
Yeah. All right. We are back. All right. Sorry for the inconvenience, everyone. We are back now. In case you all are looking to find out where we are today, we are on several fronts. We are in the RBBS Logistics Learning Center. Okay. We are on All Truckers United. We are also on freight brokers, trainers, and instructors. We are also on, I think, owner operators. And so we're kind of all over the place. So if you're members of any of those groups, you can go and check us out. You can also go and check us out at my homepage on my personal page. So if you're a friend of mine or an associate of mine, you can go to our homepage, which is my personal page, which is right here. And as you'll see here, we are broadcasting live here as well. So we are broadcasting and streaming live there. We are streaming live all over the place. All right. So and hey everyone who's on with us on Facebook, how y'all doing? Isabella, yeah, stopping by to show us some love. Thank you so very much. I really appreciate that. I appreciate all the love that everyone's been showing us. All right. Whew. All right. Now, let's get back to what we are doing for today. Today, like I said before, we're going to be going over freight brokers, okay, and showing you all how to structure your business. But before I do that, let's make some announcements real quick. As you all know, I have been playing around with the idea of starting our own load board, or starting some type of load board. I'm proud to say that Mr. Khalid Hodge and if y'all don't know who Mr. Khalid Hodge is, he's the gentleman that developed this, the Straight Dispatch, as y'all can see here. You know, he was one of our new members, and we kind of worked together with him, and from our conversations, he was able to develop this software, this license key that allows our members who use that license key to find the loads that are paying the exact amount of money that your carriers are looking for or more. So in other words, what it does is if you're looking for loads that's paying $3 per mile, $4 per mile, $5 per mile, you put that in your settings, you go ahead and you indicate what you want your highlight color to be, okay? Once you indicate your highlight color, you select that, red, green, gray, blue, whatever the case may be, you click save, and then when you go to search the load boards, guess what happens? It highlights all the loads that are paying that amount of money or more. So you know exactly where you're going to. So it suffices to say that he's a very smart man. Okay, smarter than I am when it comes to that type of stuff, that's for sure. He and I have decided to collaborate and come together to create a one-of-a-kind load board. So that's what we're working on. Now, some of the things that we're working on with this load board is guaranteed load pricing. In other words, it's either going to have it where every load that is posted is going to be guaranteed to have the load prices shown. So no more wondering what the loads are paying. You know, no more, well, I got to call the broker just to find out what the load is paying. Okay, we're working on that. Either that, or we're going to have the main section. The main portion of the load board is going to be guaranteed load pricing. And then if there are loads that don't have pricing, you can click on something else to see the loads that are not priced. But we are working on having it where all loads are guaranteed load pricing. For brokers and direct shippers, this load board is free to you. Okay? So if you can legally post loads, guess what? It's free. All right, so brokers and shippers start sending. We are currently working on mass implementation, so that brokers and shippers will be able to just take their entire load list and just download it and then send it, and all their loads will start showing up within our load boards. Okay, so for brokers and shippers, this is a free service. It's going to be completely 100% free service. Now, here's something else that we are working on. And this is, a lot of people, you're gonna look at me and say, Calvin, you just lost your mind trying to make this happen. But guess what? I make my living on losing my mind and making things happen. So what else we are working on? We are working on a way to effectively eliminate cheap freight. Now, a lot of you are probably saying, man, how you gonna eliminate cheap freight? I know that's what y'all saying, right? Let's hear it. Let's hear all, let's just get it out the way right now. Let's just hear it. Does anybody think I'm crazy on being able to eliminate cheap freight? Does anybody want to do that? Okay, because I know it's coming. Look, here's what we're planning on doing. Now, I'm not going to exactly tell y'all exactly what we're planning on doing, because that would be, everybody will try to jump on it. But what we're going to do is this. We're going to be working on a way to effectively guarantee that, and not just on our logo, but we're going to try and do this where it effectively eliminates, well, not eliminates, where it effectively compensates even those carriers or owner operators who, and I'm not going to say carriers, I'm going to say owner operators or lease operators. If you are a lease operator or an owner operator, if you are grabbing a load that is paying less than $2 per mile, we're working on a way to guarantee you are going to get compensated $2 per mile minimum. Now, is that big or is that big?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because we hear a lot of people complaining about cheap freight. Now, me, what I consider cheap freight, what you consider cheap freight is two different things. Because now, to be honest with you, I consider cheap freight anything less than $1 per mile. Because I can literally show you, I can show anybody how to restructure their trucking business. Okay, I can show you how to restructure your trucking business, and when you can run $1 per mile freight and bring home about $4,000 a week. If you don't believe me, try me. Call me up, challenge me to it, and I'll show you how to do it. Okay, so that's just it, and that's the challenge. Now, I will also add something to that challenge. If you call me up and I show you how to restructure your business and effectively put you on to earning, $3,000 to $4,000 a week with $1 per mile freight, then you got to join our platform. So, hey, you got to get something. Something's got to give, right? So if you want to take that challenge. Feel free to hit me up, shoot me an email, shoot me an inbox, call me up on the phone, send me some smoke screen messages, whatever you want to do. If you want to take that challenge, that's the challenge. So if you want me to show you how to actually do that, I'll do it. And if I'm successful in showing you how you can restructure your trucking firm to where you can make money, good money, earn money on $1 per mile freight, then you got to join our platform. Okay? All right. That's the challenge that's out there. Now, with that being said, let's go and get started on what we got to get started with for today. Make sure we got everybody on here. Nobody's waiting in the waiting rooms. All right, cool. All right. Let's go to YouTube real quick. Let's go to YouTube because we put out some early videos back in the day. And we're going to use this to kick off and show you all how to show brokers how to structure their business to where they can effectively get a lot more production out of first year brokers. Because here's the problem. How many brokers do we have on here today? Any of you are brokerage firms, or have your broker's authority, or you're thinking about starting your own brokerage firm. How many of you are on here today with us who are thinking about starting your own brokerage firm? We don't have any brokers on here today. No one's considering starting your own brokerage firm? Hold on.
Not for a
Yes,
little
you
while.
do.
Okay, great.
Yes, you do.
All right, then there we go. We got some people on here who are thinking about starting their own brokerage firm. Let's go ahead and sort this by. When you go to our YouTube page, you can go to youtube.com and you can just pull up, just type in RBBS Logistics Learning Center. That'll take you to our YouTube page, to our YouTube channel, and then you can go in and click on videos, and then you can click by presenting the most popular, date added to the oldest, date added to the newest. For this purpose, we're going to go to the date added to the oldest. Okay, because we want to go back to when we first started and we were brokerage and we were a brokerage firm and when we were getting set up. There are a couple of training sessions that we had back then that we want to use as our model for this. And one of them is going to be this one right here. And I'm going to play this on an outside tablet because I want it to reflect. I want this to reflect. Okay, y'all give me a second. I'm gonna go to YouTube because I want you all to be able to hear this real quick. And if I play it on here, I don't think y'all are gonna be able to hear it through the system. Go to YouTube, and we are gonna be looking for who wants to be a freight broker. So if you're on YouTube, you're gonna look for this video. Does everybody see that one? Who wants to be a freight broker? That is the video you're gonna be looking for. This is what we effectively are looking for here. Let me go ahead and find this right here. No thanks. All right, who wants to be a freight broker? All right. I'm gonna jack the volume up on this so you all can hear it, hopefully. And I'm gonna start playing it. Now, I don't know if you all can hear this or not, but I'm trying to jack it up as much as I can. Can y'all hear that?
No, not really.
Y'all can hear it?
No.
No.
No. Okay. All right. Let me see. I don't know where my mic is on this, but I don't know where my mic is on this, but the problem is you can't really hold on. Okay, that's the problem. The problem is because it has a low. You all can't hear it on here. I don't think. So you all can't hear that. You all can see it, but you can't hear it for some reason. I don't know why this won't allow me to, not just let y'all see this, but hear it at the same time. But go and watch this video, okay? Because it kind of breaks down and tells you how we're structured. But we're gonna go through it real quick. All right. First of all, you all see this area right here. Okay, this is basically how you're gonna set up your firm. Okay, because what we had was what we were doing back when we became freight brokers. Okay, our setup was completely different from any other brokerage firm. The normal way you set up a freight brokerage firm, is, first of all, you become a broker. Okay, you got to get all your, you got to get your bond, which is $75,000. If you don't have that kind of money laying around, you got to go to a bond agency. And depending on your credit, you can pay anywhere from $1,000, $1,200 down to $10,000 down. If you got great credit, you know, you can probably get away with putting like $1,000 down or $1,250 down. All right, and then you got a bond payment. You got a quarterly bond payment. It's normally, if you're paying it by the quarter, it's between what, $800 and $1,000 per quarter. Or if you're paying it by the year, it's going to be a lump sum amount by the year. Okay. On top of that, you got to get your insurance. Okay, insurance, you got to have somewhere between $850,000 of insurance and $1.2 million of insurance to cover taking ownership of the freight. That's going to run you about anywhere from $300 to $3,600 down on your insurance premium. Plus, you're going to have to pay 9 months out of the year a monthly insurance premium, which is going to be somewhere between $300 and $360 per month for 9 months out of the year. Then on top of that, you've got to pay for your authority. Your authority is generally going to run you for a broker's authority anywhere between $750 to $850 on your broker's authority. And then you got all these other stuff you got to pay for that comes along with that. So it's first of all, you got to spend the money to become a broker. Okay, that's a given. Your firm, you're gonna have to do that. So for those of you who are thinking you can just jump into brokering and just think I'm going to become a broker and it's not going to cost you money, then you got another thing coming. Okay, so first of all, that's what it's going to cost you. Now, setting up your brokerage firm. Now, this is not a quick fix. That's why we're having a whole show that's dedicated to this. Because some of you are under the impression that once I have my authority, once I have my insurance, once I have my bond, once I have my TMS system, all that stuff, I'm going to make money as a broker. Okay, I'm about to burst your bubble. I'm about to rain on your parade. No, it takes more than that. Why? Because now you have to get shippers to do what?
Give you loads.
Exactly, to give you loads. Now, is that an easy process?
Nope.
No. By no way is that an easy process. The hardest thing to do, exactly. Look, the hardest thing to do in this industry, okay? The hardest thing to do in this industry is to get shippers to start sending you loads. Okay? That is the hardest thing to do in this industry is to get shippers to sign on with you. Okay? Hold on, I think I've got some people waiting to go into our thing here. Waiting? No. All right, but yeah, this is the hardest part of the industry. I mean, it really and truly is. I'm just checking to see if I got anybody waiting here. Y'all give me a second. I just want to make sure that I don't want to keep people waiting. Yeah, we do got somebody waiting. Hold on here. Make sure we get everybody in. But yeah, the hardest part in this industry is making sure it's getting you know, owner operators and getting shippers is to getting shippers to sign on with you, okay? And getting them to send you their load list. Now, because they are very difficult, okay? Because they want so much. Now, here's what you're gonna need as a first-year broker. Now, I'm just gonna be the bearer of bad news to everyone. First-year brokers don't usually get shippers to sign on with them. Let me repeat that. Why? Because shippers require so much. Here is how a conversation goes when you call up a shipper and you're a first-year broker. Hey, Mr. Shipper, my name is such and such and such. I'm a freight, and don't say you're a new freight broker. You're never going to get past the first person on the phone. Okay, I'm a freight broker here in Florida, and we want to talk to someone about having you all to join with us and send us your load list. Okay, let's say that gets you past the initial person. They say, well, that would be such and such and such. Let me transfer you over to that department. And they transfer you over. Now, if you do like most freight brokers, and let's say you start out with, because remember the first 20 seconds, if you don't say something that's going to keep them on the phone in that first 20 seconds, you're going to lose them. Point blank, period. Bam, you're out the door. Okay, they're gonna cut you off and say, hey, look, I'm very busy. Give us a call back when you got this. Give us a call back this. Give me a number and we'll call you. Don't call us. Something of that nature. So the very first words out of your mouth are going to be very important. Now I'm going to give you all this. Those of you who are not even part of our platform, I'm going to give you this tip. The first words out of your mouth better be, okay, hey, Mr. Shipper, let me ask you a question. How much freight do you have right now that you can only afford, that you can only afford to pay less than $1.25 per mile? How much freight do you have that you can afford to pay $1.25 per mile or less? Now, why is that so important to start out that way? Does anybody want to take a guess or a gamble?
If you're able, because if you're able to cover those loads for them, that'll get you in the door to cover the rest.
Exactly, right? Does anybody else have an opinion on that? Okay, effectively, Ron is correct, because every shipper has what they call water weight. Okay, but those of y'all who don't know what water weight means, if you're in the shipping and brokering arena, you'll hear that thrown around a lot. Hey man, I've got a lot of loads I'm holding water on. Okay, that's just loads that are weighing them down. They're holding water. They can't move them. They're just sitting there, and they've been sitting there for ages waiting to be moved. Why? Because the shipper cannot afford to pay more than the X amount of money. Those are effectively low-paying. Those are low-paying freight. Freight that pays less than $1.50, less than $1.25, and stuff like that. Now, that's why a lot of shippers work with these huge companies that have these companies that have a large fleet of company drivers. Companies like Swift, CR England, things like that, where these companies that don't pay their drivers a whole lot of money, where they're paying them like 24 cents, 23 cents per mile. Believe it or not, I've seen some companies that pay their drivers 14 to 18 cents per mile. Y'all believe that?
That's crazy.
It's crazy, but it's true.
It's crazy. The reason why is most of those people are training companies.
Exactly.
Themselves to training
Exactly.
That's why.
Yeah, they pay for they pay for you to go to the truck driving school. So now they bring you on, and they're paying you 18 cents per mile, 22 cents per mile. Some as low as 14 cents per mile, and that's where shippers usually land their low-paying freight. Okay, with those companies, Swift, Western Express. They got a lot of companies out there that only pay like that. On average, a trucking company pays about 38 cents per mile. Even at that, you can still move what? Cheap freight at 38 cents per mile, right? And now, how do these trucking companies make money on moving so much cheap freight? Because they have a mixture of stuff that they're doing. They have, the company drivers, which they may have a total of 3,600 drivers or 2,500 drivers. Okay, and out of that 2,500 or 3,600 of their total fleet, let's say about 2,000 or 2,400 of them are going to be company drivers. Okay, now on these companies, then they got another percentage, another 10% of the company is lease operators, and about 12 to 15% of the company is owner operators. Okay, they have an owner op program. All right. Of course, the owner ops, they're getting what? On average, about 73 1/3% of the load fee, and the company is getting the rest. The lease drivers, or the lease operators, they're getting, you know, paid kind of like company drivers, but they're making more money per mile. Okay, they're paying, you know, a portion of their costs that are associated with running their truck, and for that, they are probably being guaranteed $1.50 per mile, $1 per mile, things of that nature. For short runs, they're probably getting as much as $2 or $3 per mile for loads that are less than 300 miles in the load length. So and for loads that run less than 100 miles, they're probably getting upward closer to $3.50 to $4 per mile because of the short mile, which goes back to prove what we said before: short miles pay money. Okay, so that's how they're offsetting that. Now, the question is, how can a company make money on low-paying freight like that? Why? Because these big companies don't need to make a whole lot of money per truck. If they've got 2,000 trucks, let's go to the math here. Now remember, if you got, let's say, 2,000 trucks, right? And those 2,000 trucks are all company drivers, and you're only paying them what, 28 to 38 cents per mile, right? So if that's the case, let's look up some math. Let's do some math here real quick. Let's do some math. Find my calculator. Oh, there it is right there. All right, let's do some math. All right. Now, if the math is this, let's say you got 2,000 trucks. We got some people waiting to get into, some people joining late. It's gonna let them in. All right, but let's say you got 2,000 trucks. All right, let's say you got 2,000 trucks, 2,000 company drivers, all right? All right, you got 2,000 company drivers. Let's go back here. So you got 2,000 company trucks out there, okay? How much money do you all think that a company that has that many trucks, how much do they need to profit, clear, after paying all their expenses, paying the drivers, paying for the fuel, paying the insurance and everything? How much money do you think they need to make per week on that truck to make money?
At least what, 4,000, 8,000?
Not even close.
About a
Really?
thousand a week.
You said about 1,000?
About 1,000 a week.
Not even close.
Really?
Really? Not even close. Really?
2,500.
500?
No, I'm talking about clear profit. How much clear profit do they need to make on each truck each week for that company to be profitable?
$100.
Okay, now you're getting closer. All right,
50 bucks.
Wow.
exactly, $50. Now, if I told you all that a company that has 2,000 trucks only needs to clear, after paying for everything, only needs to clear $50 per week per truck in order for that company to be profitable.
Well,
Yeah, because 50 times 2,000, that's what? 10,000? No,
Exactly.
what?
Look. If they just clear, if each truck just earned $50 per week, clear $50 per week after paying all their bills on it. Okay, that's $50 clear profit, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's $100,000 a week.
That's how they do it. They say.
Times 52 weeks in a year. That's $5,200,000 a year.
That's the mind.
Exactly. So now y'all understand why these mega trucking companies are just grabbing this cheap ass freight, right? Pardon my French, YouTube, but I got excited there. But now y'all are understanding why they grab this cheap freight, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Because even at just grabbing this cheap freight, they're still making $5,200,000 a year, over $5 million a year. So you know Swift is just a mega, their ATM, right?
Right.
You know, Warner, Swift, these huge, CR England. Oh my God, CR England. Now you know why they can have 2,400, 3,000 carriers, company trucks. Now that doesn't even include the money that they make with their lease operating program and their owner op program.
And then they gonna throw in leasing trucks too. They gonna have that.
So now y'all understand why cheap freight is always gonna have a place in the industry. Okay? Cheap freight will always have a place within the industry. Now that I've gotten you all to understand that, let's go back to how you should set up your brokerage firm to make more money, and by setting it up in a different way. Okay? Because the normal way you set up a brokerage firm is once you get all your credentials in place and you spent all this money to become a broker, all right? There's some things you need to do in order to guarantee yourself that you're gonna make money your first year. Because the way a conversation goes when you call up these shippers, and if you're not talking to them on how to do what, move their cheap freight, they ain't gonna talk to you because they don't need you. So they can just ship their loads out to what company, these companies have the company drivers and move the cheap freight. You understand what I'm saying? So the first things out of your mouth when you're talking to a shipper, as a broker, is you better address off rip how you're gonna help them move their cheap freight. Mr. Shipper, how much freight do you have that you can only afford to pay a max of $1.25 per mile on? Oh, well, now you're talking my language, Mr. Broker. I don't really care how many years you've been in the business. If you're talking my language, right?
Right.
Exactly. So they're gonna start off with, well, shoot, we've got about 10,000 loads per week, or 5,000 loads per week. If you're dealing with a mega shipper, now if you're dealing with one of these small shippers that only deals like in lumber or whatever this is and that, like a Tampa International, like the loads that we were getting. Because here I'm going to show y'all the type of loads that we were getting when we were. I'm going to show y'all some stuff that I normally don't show people. Outlook. I'm giving you all a peek behind the curtain today. Okay, let's go to Outlook and sign in and give y'all a peek behind the proverbial curtain. If you're dealing with some of these mid-range shippers, okay, and give y'all just kind of a peek as to what we were working with. I can do this now because we're not brokers anymore, and we don't get loads from them anymore. TIFP. There we go. This is a company, and actually they were still trying to send us loads as just early as back in April of 2019. Now, this is every single day. As y'all can see here, this is every single day. Sometimes twice a day. 4-4, 4-4, 4-3, 4-3, 4-2, 4-2, 4-1, 4-1. And this goes on and on and on and on and all the way back to 2016. Okay? So this goes on and on and on all the way back to 2016. Every day, twice a day, they will send us their loads list. Okay? Now that's what a small shipper can bring to you as a brokerage firm. And what I mean, and here's what I mean by small shipper. Let's go ahead and show you those load lists from back then. Now, this was a small load list here. And the larger load lists that they would send us sometimes, usually the ones in the morning were large. The ones in the afternoon were small. Obviously, why? Because most of the loads had ran for that day, right?
Right.
Right.
All right. So give y'all a peek at what the load list look like. And we had a thing worked out with them where we had agreed that as long as they would send us loads, we had negotiated with them that all loads were paying at least $2.50. Okay. So we had some pretty good loads. Some were paying more, but they generally only send us freight that paid at least $2.50 per mile. And then we had another platform with them to where we could move their lower paying freight, but we would make up the difference by losing money on it. Okay. So that's why they were able to send us those loads like that, because they knew that we would help them make up the difference on those loads. And can y'all see this? And can you all see this?
Yeah, we can see
All
it.
right. Now, these are outdated, of course, so don't go in and try to run these loads, but these are outdated. If you notice, they all have the prices on them. They all have the rates. But this was considered a small list. Okay, about 61 loads. Now this was the afternoon load list. Okay, that was generally the afternoon load list. I'm gonna show y'all what
Morning.
the
Morning
morning load
loads.
was the one that came that morning. I think the morning one was a little bit bigger. Let's open that one up. And this goes all the way back to like 2016. I mean, I'm talking like, crazy. As you can see, well, now that's about the same on that one, right? But we have others where they were seeing loads twice per day. And there are some instances, I mean, if I go back further down, there are some instances where we got, 600, 700, 800 loads that came that morning. And then we got about anywhere from 60 to 150 loads that came that afternoon. So you got a total loads of a little over 1,000 loads per day. And this is a small shipper. So for those of you who are brokers, okay, and you're looking at, can this business be profitable if you can get shippers to send you loads? It can if you have the right type of negotiating skills. If you know how to negotiate and get the loads in a fair price like we were doing here, right? 754 miles paying, that's $1,500. 417 miles paying $900. 176 miles paying $500. 750 paying $1,500. 650 paying $1,300. 297 miles paying $750. You see what I'm saying? All the loads that we were getting were generally in the $2.50 per mile range. Okay, all doable loads, right? They're all doable loads. Some were paying even more. $444. Paying $1,000, and this was a multiple run. Okay.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Here's another one. 138 miles paying what? $400. Multiple runs. We had a bunch of multiples. 211 miles paying $550. Multiple runs.
Juicy.
So exactly, juicy, exactly, juicy, exactly. So, and this is a shipment that we grabbed, first year. I think this was really the first shipper that we signed on, and we had been in business maybe 2 months, 2-3 months. Now, how are we able to do that? Because we figured out early on how to negotiate with shippers. We figured out early on how to negotiate with shippers. And because of the way we were structured, shippers felt more comfortable working with us as a first-year brokerage firm. Now, let's go back. Because remember, where's my YouTube channel? Where'd my YouTube thing go? Because remember, most brokers are structured how? They're structured, and they're structured under the old normal way that everybody structures brokers. How is a brokerage firm? How are most brokerage firms set up as you all know it? Does anybody care to tell me how they're structured?
It's usually a broker, then he hires freight agents to work within the brokerage to book freight and move freight that way.
Exactly. It's basically just a binary system. It's just a binary system, a two-part system, right? You got your brokers who are paid the money to go out there and get all their credentials and all that type of stuff, and then they hire freight broker agents, right? They hire freight broker agents. These are usually individuals who have started the authority process, or they went to some type of, freight broker training, school or boot camp or whatever the case may be, and then they send them a referral, say, yeah, this person got a certificate, so he or she knows the basics, the bare minimum basics of how the brokerage industry works. They know the rules, the regulations, the terms, the terminology. This is why all these other freight broker training courses out there are making crazy money for only giving you what? The basics, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
They're only giving you the basics. They're not giving you enough to go out and start your own brokerage firm. They're not giving you near enough to do that. They just give you just enough so someone will say, hey, come on in and let me
they want, right, and not only that, but they don't give you enough. By just having the basics, it's not enough to even get on with a brokerage firm without a book of business.
Exactly. Right. So with that being said, look, you got to find a way. If you're going to be starting your own brokerage firm, you have to find a way that shippers are going to feel more comfortable working with. Because the old way, shippers know that they're working with who? They know that they're working with people who are not really qualified. Because chances are they're not working with the broker, they're working with the broker agent. And this is why shippers, when you call them up, here's how these questions are going to go when you call these shippers. First thing they want to know is, and a lot of them ask you, how are you structured? A lot of them ask you, how much liquid assets do you have? And they say, well, we have a requirement that you got to have at least $200,000 in liquid assets. In other words, you got to have money somewhere that if we want you to prepay for these loads, you can prepay for them. All right? How long have you been bonded? If you tell them, I got my bond 3 months ago. Give us a call back when you got at least 9 months to a year, preferably a year seasoning on your bond. Because what they're doing is they want to see if you're going to survive the bloodbath. Because that's why brokers firms have such a high turnover rate. You got a lot of these first-year new brokers who fall for all the coupon. They go out and spend all that money and become brokers, and then before the year is up, they're out of business. So the shippers want to see if you survive that gauntlet for that year. That's why they want you to have at least a year seasoning on your bond. The second thing they're going to ask you is, what's your pay index score? Okay, what is your pay index score? In case you all don't know what that is a Dun & Bradstreet calculation of how you pay, or, it's kind of like a credit rating almost, okay? And the highest you can have is 100. Most shippers are going to require you have a pay index score of 92, okay? So if you're not able to meet those type of requirements, and then on top of that, the big thing they're going to ask you is letter of references. You need 7 of them. And those references must specifically attest to the fact that you have done at least $300,000 worth of business with each one of them for 6 months consecutively without a break. So in other words, if you did $300,000 for the first month, second month, third month, and the fourth month you only did $150,000, then you don't qualify. All right. So this is what it normally takes, you know, to get past and get on with these shippers. Now, you got to find a way to structure your business to where it's not, those things are not important to a shipper, right? Because these shippers know, they already know that the industry is full of freight broker agents, not freight brokers. Okay, this is why shippers give these brokerage firms, these new brokerage firms, such a hard time. Because if you're coming on as a very new broker, you're not much more helpful to them than a freight broker agent, right? You're basically just a freight broker agent with your credentials, right? Right?
Right.
Okay, so what you got to do is you got to find a way to restructure your firm to make your firm more attractive. Now, here's what we did. We were not a binary. We didn't fall prey to the old binary system, because when I looked at it, it didn't make much sense to me. It really didn't. Me coming from a mortgage company background, a real estate background, that type of background, I knew that there was a better structure. Okay. The best way to get the most out of people is to have them only do what they are good at, right?
Right.
And not have them to try and do everything. Don't take the freight brokerage process and you take someone who, first of all, don't know what they're doing. They've only taken just a bare minimum, you know, rules, regulation, terminology course. And now you're going to say, now go out there and do the job as a freight broker, find me some shippers, negotiate with the shippers. After you negotiate with the shippers, get the loads loaded up. Then you go out there and find me some clearance, negotiate with the owner operators and get them to move those loads and manage those owner operators and track them. And come on, man. you're setting them up for failure, right?
Right. It's tough. It's tough.
Yeah,
It's tough.
It's tough. You're setting them up for failure. So what we did was we said, okay, look, let's take this and let's break this thing up. Okay, we were not a binary system. We were a tri-system. Okay, we were like a tripod, you know, where we had us, RBBS Transport, LLC, in the core, as y'all can see here. Okay, and we took care of all of what? The paperwork, the onboarding, payroll, processing, all of the, you know, logistical stuff and the paperwork and the process and the business stuff we took care of, all right? And then we broke up the freight agent position into two separate positions, where each one was responsible for only one specific thing or a certain specific thing that they were good at, right? And therefore, if you can do that, then you can be more productive. And even on top of that, we didn't stop there. We changed the way that we paid them. So in other words, we created a system where if you went out and you were successful at getting a client, you were going to get paid on that client for as long as you were with that company. Which means you didn't have to go out and reset the client up again. You didn't even have to book it in freight or whatever this and that. You were going to make money from that client every time we got production from that client. Aha, residual compensation, right? Do the job one time, do the work one time, and get paid forever. Don't that make better sense?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So what we did was this. We broke that position up, the freight agent position up. We broke it up into two positions. The first position we had was called logistics sales executives. Okay. We took away the term freight agent, dispatch. We took away that term because we did not want shippers to have a negative connotation when we did not want shippers to have this negativeness, this negativity, and all this predisposed disposition to what we were trying to accomplish or who we were before they even heard words that came out of our mouth. right? So the first thing we did was we changed the position. Okay? So now what do logistics sales executives do? That's what they do. They do executive sales. That's all they do. They do the customer. They do customer freight acquisitions, and they negotiate lane rates. Primarily $2 to $4 per mile is where we set their goal to. Okay? And of course, anything more than that, great. All right? So and that's all they did. They didn't have to worry about booking freight. They didn't have to worry about going out and getting carriers signed on or finding owner operator. They didn't have to worry about, none of that stuff. All they did was do what? Call shippers, contact shippers, get that shipper under contract. That's all they did. That's all they had to do. Now, let's look at this. Now, you're probably saying, well, if you're breaking it up, how you gonna pay them both and y'all still make money? Right?
Right.
Now, in the binary system, you only got so much money that can go around because you're set up to where you get, let's say if your brokerage fee was 20% or 30% and of the load fee on average, because you're paying your carriers 75% or 70% or 73 and a third percent or 80% or whatever the split is, right? And then you're only getting, what's left out of that. So out of that 30% or 25% or 20% or whatever case, let's go with 30%. Let's say you're paying your carriers 70% and you're taking 30% of the load fee. Brokers don't keep half of the load fee or 60% like a lot of these carriers think they do, because they don't. At the most, they get about 30%. At the very most, they get about 30% on the high end. So let's go on the high end and say you're set up that way. So out of 30%, you got to do a split with what? Your freight agent, right?
Yep.
With your freight broker agent. So if the freight broker agent is doing all the work, how much of that are you going to pay to the freight broker agent? On average?
50, about 60 to 70%.
All right. Has anyone here ever worked as a freight broker agent?
I do.
All right. So you was getting about what?
Say what?
As a freight broker agent, what were you getting off the load? What percentage? Or was the broker paying?
I'm getting 65% is what I'm getting.
Okay, so 65%. All right. So as a company, you would have to give up 65%, let's say 60% on average. At bare minimum, 50%, right?
Right.
At bare minimum, you got to give up 50% of the load fee to your agent under the binary system, right?
Yep.
Now, how much money at 50% were you making off of the average load that was paying $1,400? Paying $1,400 to $1,500. You're making about $700, right? If you get 50%.
About $100.
How is that? Now, that's not 50%. Now is it?
No, I'm getting up to gross revenue. And we're getting, it ain't off the, where we do the gross profit. It's off the gross profit, not off the total load price.
So if you book a load for a brokerage firm, right? The brokerage firm you work for, if you book a load and you're a freight broker agent, you only get $100 for that.
I got kicked out or something.
Okay. Y'all understand where I'm going with this? Y'all see where I'm going with this?
I understand.
Okay. Now, I don't know what brokerage firm he's working for, but boy, they ripping them off. They're ripping them off. Okay. On average, if you're working for a legitimate brokerage firm and they're paying you the way they should be paying you, you should get a 70-30 or a 60-40 split. Okay. if you went out and you secured that shipper and you got them signed on, which is what you do as a freight broker agent, and you go out and that's going to be the cut. Now, if you're just simply booking freight from shippers that are already under contract with the brokers, yeah, you're getting considerably less. You understand what I'm saying? They just may be paying you a booking fee. Y'all see what I'm saying? So it sounds like to me, he's just being paid a booking fee. He is not actually going out and doing the work that most freight broker agents do, which means call shippers, negotiate, this is that, then get the loads in, then find the carrier, and then book the freight. If you're doing the whole process, you're going to get a legitimate split of the load of the broker's fee. Y'all understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, understood.
All right, great. Now, the question is this. Was our system, our structure, more profitable for everybody involved versus the binary structure? Because with the binary structure, a broker will have to pay their freight broker agent anywhere from 50% to what, 65% or 70% of the broker's fee, if they were doing all the work. Now, if they was just...
I'm having a hard time hearing you guys, Calvin.
Okay. Is everybody else having a hard time hearing me?
No.
Okay. Then that's got to be something to do with your system, Ron. Okay. So, but back to what I was saying. The average, if you're just booking freight and you're not doing the whole process, then you're being paid a booking fee, which is more like what he's probably doing, getting like $100 a load or whatever the case may be, $100, $200 a load. That's just a booking fee. That's not an actual freight agent's compensation the way you normally do it. Now, the question is, how much money does the brokerage firm have to give up, and how much money is the actual freight broker agent earning? So if the freight broker agent is doing all the work and he's earning about 60% of the load fee, let's and make it easy. Let's say they're on a 50-50 split, okay, for our numbers, the purposes. Let's say they're on a 50-50 split. If they're on a 50-50 split, all right, if they're on a 50-50 split, and we're looking at just sheer numbers, all right, let's say the average load is $1,500 on average. Some higher, some less. Let's say you're working as a freight broker agent and you're getting 50%. So you're getting what? $750, right?
Right.
So you're getting $750 on that load. Now, let's say as a freight broker agent, let's say you're pretty good at what you do. Let's say you're halfway decent at what you do. Let's say you're booking on average how many loads per day?
Four, maybe 5.
All right, let's say 4 loads per day. Now this is if you're getting paid right. So you see what I'm saying? That's if they're paying you right. If they're paying you the way it's laid out. Chances are they're probably paying you like Ron is getting paid. Okay? They're not paying you 50%. They're telling you they got expenses, this and that. And you're probably getting more like $150 to $200 per load. But let's just say they were paying you that much money, which is great, right? And a lot of people say, well, this is why freight broker agents go and work for brokerage firms, this and that. Well, yeah, if you can get that, but 90% of the time you ain't gonna get that. All right.
Well, the way we do it, the way I do it is we get our percentage from the gross net profit.
Exactly. Exactly, Ron.
I base that off of.
Yeah, we've already established that. Yeah, we've already established that you're getting that on average is probably more like $100 to $200 per load, and we've already established that. Okay, but
all right.
But for the sake of numbers, let's go with the highest. We're going with the highest and someone who is great at their job and the best in the industry. Because I want to show you all something here, okay?
Well,
So
yeah. But we're just trying. I'm just trying to get. I mean, I'm trying to, trying to get those
I understand.
customers so I can move
Right.
over.
I understand, Ron, but that's not what we're focusing on right. What we're focusing on right now is we're trying to show you all the difference between
All right.
one
I'm gonna
structure.
get it. You all have a good day. I'm done.
All right, Ron. We're trying to show you all the structure between one broker, between getting set up and having, what's the advantage of the tri system versus the binary system? Does everybody understand that? That's what we're trying to do.
Understood.
Yeah.
All right, great. All right, so if you are great at what you do and you are getting paid the best possible pay you can get paid, this is what you're looking at. If you are best what you do under the binary system, this is about the best you can expect, the most you can ever expect under the binary system, right? So in the binary system, you got to give up half your money as a broker, and if you give them half your money, if you give them half your money as a broker, and you're a broker agent, and you're doing great at your job, 4 loads a day, that right there. So you're looking at times 5 days a week. Now y'all might think that's great money, right? Times 52
Right.
weeks.
Yep, so far I do.
Times 52 weeks. Now, that's at the very best. That's at the top of the food chain. That's when you hear about, every now and then you hear about these freight broker agents and freight brokers that's making, and there are freight brokers out there and freight broker agents out there who are making that kind of money. $400, $500, $600, $700, $800,000 a year. There really are. But the majority of them are not like that. The majority of them are doing this. The majority of them are doing about $150 a load. And they're doing about 3 to 4 loads per day. $450 a day, times 5 days a week. All right, times 52 weeks. So at the top of the food chain, you got the $600,000 and $700,000 the earners, right? And then on the average, in the middle of the food chain, you got about $117,000 to maybe $150,000 per year. And then on the bottom of the food chain, you got the guys who are doing what? Only booking 1 or 2 loads a day, or whatever the case may be, or 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 loads per week, or whatever the case may be, and they're doing what? $30,000, $40,000, $50,000. That's why when you go to Indeed and you look at the ranges between freight brokers and freight broker agents who are making certain amounts of money, you're looking at what? The whole range of things. And you're seeing, and you'll see on there, and if you Google it, if you Google freight broker salaries or earnings for freight broker agents, you'll see it's anywhere from 30,000, some cases up to 400,000, 500,000. Okay, because it's such a wide range, and it depends on how you're doing and what the company is paying. But now we've shown y'all what top and what minimum, not minimum, but the middle is doing. Now, with that being said, let's look at the tri system. Because remember, in the tri system, right, we only have that sales executive doing what? One thing, right? Remember what we had them doing? We have them doing one thing only, and that is doing what? Contacting shippers and getting them signed on. Now, as a sales executive, when you bring on an account, when you land an account in big companies or whatever you're doing as a sales executive, when you land an account, are you just paid just one time for landing that account?
No.
Exactly. No, that account is now your account. This is how executives make their money. When you land that account, any revenue or any profits that account generates, you get what? A percentage, what? Of the generated revenue, right?
Residual.
Exactly. And your job is to only do what? Is to make sure that account stays what? Good, and that account and that client stays happy, and that client stays productive, right?
Right.
So that's all we just adopted what other corporations have done to pay their executives. Unlike in the freight brokerage industry, for some reason, they've all chosen to run the binary system. And that system is archaic, is outdated, is old-fashioned, and it's not going to pay you what you're worth. And the company winds up paying more money out because they don't want to deal with a complicated type of system. All right. So under this system, we were paying, as you all can see here, under this system, we were paying 7.25% residual. Now, is that 7.25% of the lower fee? Do y'all think that was 7.25% of the lower fee? No, y'all still with me?
Yeah.
All right. No, that's not 7.25% of the lower fee. All right. That's 7.25% of our what? Brokerage fee. So that's not even 7.25% of the lower fee. That's just 7.25% of the brokerage fee. You see the difference in the binary system when you got to give up half the lower fee versus what? Half of what your fee is on the low. So if the low was $1,400, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I calculated wrong. If the low was $1,400 and the brokerage fee was 30% of that, I did calculate that wrong, y'all. My bad. I did a boo-boo. I did a boo-boo. All right, let's go back. I did a boo-boo. If the lower fee was $1,400, I got kind of ahead of myself. And minus 30%. Let's take that back. 30%. That's $420 is the broker's cut. All right. And if you was 50-50, you only get half of that 420. All right, there we go. There we go. Now that 420, y'all see where I made the boo-boo at? That 420 divided by 2, you're getting 50% of that. So at the top's $210 per load if you book it. All right. That times 4 loads per day, 840 times 5, $4,200 a week times 52. All right, there we go. $218,400 a year. Okay, my boo. Now, but you do have brokers and broker agents that are making upward above $500,000 a year because they're probably booking 8, 9, 10 loads a day. Y'all see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So you can't earn that on 4 loads a day, but you can earn that on full. That's realistic. Because I made a boo-boo. Okay, but then you go right there. All right, now this goes back to what we were saying about how we do it. All right, now you take that and you compare that to how we were doing. Because that way, in the binary way, the broker has to give up half their fee, half of their broker's fee. All right, now on the 7.25%, we're only giving up 7.25% of our broker's fee versus what? 50%, 60%, 70%, right?
All right.
Now, now, hold up now. Now, some of y'all probably saying, well, Calvin, you're taking advantage of the sales agent, right? Right?
Mm-hmm.
No, because our 7.25%, we're paying that on residual. Because with the binary system, you get paid that one time, right?
Right.
And you gotta in order to get that 50% or that 60% or that 73%, right? You gotta keep performing the same task over and over and over and over again, right?
All right.
Okay, so my question to you is this: is it better to get 50, 60, or 73% of something you got to keep doing over and over and over again to get it, or is it better to get 7.25% of something you do one time, and then whatever that produces from here on out to eternity, you're gonna get that 7.25%?
The latter.
Exactly. All right. Here's what we're talking about. All right, apples to apples. Okay, low average $1,500. All right, our cut, right, is our 30%. Right, let's do the same thing. Our cut is 30%. Assuming we negotiated the same deal as the binary system does. Our cut is 30%. Right. If we're paying only 7.25%, right now, here's the difference. Once a sales executive lands an account, they get a shipper to sign on with us. That is now their account, okay? That is now their account, all right? Let's make something very clear. That is now their account. Now, this sales executive doesn't have to do any more work on that account except for what? Contact, on that shipper every now and then, see how they're doing, maybe send them some, a gift or two during Christmas and the holidays, figure out what their birthdays are, fly down there every now and then, take them out to dinner or something like that, just to keep them happy and make sure that that account is good, right? And check on that account to make sure that the loads are being picked up on time, a certain percentage of that account loads are being booked. They don't have to book any loads. They don't have to do anything because they landed the account. That is now their account. So on average, a shipper, let's take a small shipper, like the one that we just showed y'all that we were bringing in, right? 60 to anywhere from 60 loads twice a day to what? A few hundred loads twice a day, right? That's a small shipper. Does everybody agree that that was a small shipper?
Mm-hmm.
All right, you got some big shippers that can give you how many loads? Anybody want to take a guess at what some of these large shippers, how many loads they can provide you with per day?
Probably like 50,000.
Exactly. You got shippers out there that will provide you with 100,000 loads a day. Okay, but let's just show you what a small account will pay you. A small account, okay? Let's show you what the small accounts will pay you. Why? Because all you gotta do is land the account. If you're doing disposition right here, right, within our tri-system versus the binary system, right? Because once you land the account, then it becomes the job of who? The certified freight agents to do what? Book the freight, book the loads, make sure those loads got picked up, that type of deal, right? And the certified freight agents down here, we pay them 50% of the broker's fee. So we gave them what? 15%, because our fee was basically 30%, right? Right?
Correct.
And we gave them 15%. 15% plus 7.25% is what?
22 and a half, 22 and a quarter.
20, yeah, it's like 24, 22, like 23.25%. All right? So we're only paying out what? 23.25% total from each load fee, right? Versus everybody else is paying out what? 50%. Or 60%, or 7%.
Mm-hmm.
So as a company, who's retaining more revenue? If you are a brokerage firm, right, and you are working on you have this type of structure, you're retaining more revenue than your counterparts who are doing the binary system, right?
All right.
Now, the next question, so we've already determined that you are gonna make more money as a brokerage firm by operating under the tri system versus the binary system, right?
Correct.
So now let's see if your people are going to make equal to what the binary system people are making, or they're going to make more or less. That's the next question, right?
Yep.
All right, so now let's go. I know this gets kind of complicated, but look, I told y'all I deal in complicated stuff. Freight broker is not as cut and dry as you think it is, but if you would put some thought behind it, okay, and then you learn this system, you will be so much more successful. Just bear with me, y'all. I promise you, this all gonna come together in the end. You know, this is like a good story. I'm telling a good story, and in the end, you're like, man, I didn't see that coming. Y'all ever watch movies like that? That's what we're in right now, okay? We're in the thick of the plot. All right, we're in the thick of the plot. All right, so now let's go back and see if this system is gonna pay our people more, less, or the same. All right? Okay, so now let's jump back over here to our old trusted what? Calculator. All right. All right, so now we've already determined that we're doing the same exact thing, $1,500 a load. We're getting 30% of the load fee, $450, right? And now we're dealing with on the small scale, on a small shipper, like the one we just showed you all that, and we showed you all the loads that we were getting, the number of loads. Let's just say we were getting, what, 120 loads per day, 60 in the morning, 60 in the afternoon. I know it doesn't work out always that way, but let's just say it's 120 loads per day, okay? That's feasible, right? So 120 loads per day is what we were getting. Now, what is the percentage you all think of the loads from those type of loads that we showed y'all that make between $2.50 per mile and $4.50 per mile? How many of those loads you all think on average, realistically, that got booked each day from that account? Somebody give me a number. Give me a percentage.
About 10%.
About 10%, okay? Any other numbers? All right, we were moving about 37% of those loads each and every day. But let's go with your 10%. Let's go with your low thing on 10%. Let's say the other companies, they're not as good as we are at moving freight, okay? So let's go with 10%, all right? So out of 120 loads that were being moved, so out of the 120 loads, right, 10% would have been what?
$12
loads per day. So let's say 12 loads per day got moved from that account, right? 12 loads per day got moved from that account. We already know that the average load fee on it was let's say it was like everybody else was. Let's say it was $450 on the average load, on the average freight brokerage fee, right? So that, hold on here, let me, so 12 times 450, right? $5,400 each day, right? So now, minus 7.25%. What's my percentage there? That's $391 a day, right? Times, so 390, 50, hold on, 390.5 plus 391.5. All right, that times 5 days a week, $1,957 per week. That times 52 weeks out of the year. Now, from one account Oh, Lord have mercy. From one account, just one measly little small account that's only getting us 120 loads per day, and we're only booking about 10% of them, not the 33% that we were booking, but if we're only booking 10% of those loads per day, if you were the executive that landed that account, because you're getting paid residual of only 7.25% residual versus being paid a flat commission of 50, 60, or 70% from that one account. That's the kind of money you're making. And you don't have to book any freight. You don't have to resell that account. You don't have to redo that account. Once that account is in the bag, so to speak, under your belt, in your National Hip Bank, in your pocket, right? It's the gift that keeps on giving, right? Because that money is now guaranteed. It's there. You know you got that money coming in, year out, day in, day out, week in, week out, month in, month out, right?
All right.
What happens when you land another account, and then another account, and then another account? You land an account that's worth $101,000 and $790 per year to you. That's what that account is worth to you now. That's how much money you can go home and tell mama or papa, hey, girl, boy, look at here. Yo, man, your girl did the business today. I landed an account that set us up for $101,000 a year, guaranteed. All I got to do is just make a couple phone calls, every so often, just make sure they have it. Check with the freight agents to make sure that they booking a certain percentage of these loads. Checking to make sure they ain't running the trucks off the road, and my accounts are going bad. And if something does happen to the account, I may have to catch a flight down there to kind of smooth things over to make sure their account stays good. Don't that sound like a better lifestyle and a much more dignified position than just what? Booking freight?
Yeah.
Right? You don't think your sales executive will be much more happier than those guys that are just sitting behind a desk and just got to keep booking freight every day, all day, just to keep over half that? Now that's just one account. You can literally, a lot of you can just sit back on that one account and it's all good, right?
Right.
Come on, man. So, if you duplicated that and you got yourself 2 accounts that was doing the same thing, if you got yourself 3 accounts, what's that? What was that? 101,790? If you got yourself, let's say, 6 accounts, right? If you got the 6 accounts, I mean, come on, y'all. I mean, and now you've gone from having to what? Call these shippers up and work hard to just get the shippers to sign on. And then after you get them to sign on, you got to find the carriers and you got to post the loads. You got to book the freight. You got to make sure the carrier picked up the load and delivered on time. You got to deal with all that. You got to deal with, come on. And you got to do that every single day in order to maintain, just to make what? Maybe 60, 70, 80, $100,000, $150,000 on that year, right? Or even $200,000 when you could just what? Land yourself 6 accounts and just, manage those 6 accounts by calling them up, seeing how they're doing. You know, with that kind of money, you can afford to, man, you can afford to buy them a car every year if that's what you wanted to do. You're not gonna go that far, but you can afford to send them some Christmas bonuses, right? Right?
Yes, sir.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? You can afford to make sure that their children on their birthdays got nice gifts, right?
Right.
You can afford to every Friday pay for their lunch for the entire company, right?
Right.
You see what I'm saying? This is what executive level positions pay, and this is how executive level positions lifestyle go. This is the job of executive level people. So if you're gonna have a executive level position, why not structure your firm to compensate your people like real executives and afford them the lifestyle like real executives and give them the type of work habits like real executives?
Makes sense.
Wouldn't you rather work for a firm like that than just work for a freight brokerage firm and they're just paying you what, 50% of the, you know, their fee, and you gotta keep booking freight every day just to maintain that?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir.
So instead of it being about what have you done for me lately, is about what? Man, I'm glad you set us up with that account. You got any more out there I'm working on? Yeah, boss, I'm working on about 4 more. Boy, keep up the good work. Girl, keep up the good work. You see what I'm saying? Look, I know I tell y'all I'm just old, you know, I'm undercover redneck. A lot of y'all think I don't know nothing. You got a lot of people out there that think I don't know nothing. But there's something going on among this tank here. I'm saying, you know, I do got something going on on this big old head of mine. This head ain't big for, you know, for no reason. There's always a lot of complicated stuff, and that I'm working with. Okay, look. This system right here will allow you to attract, first of all, more qualified people. Because people who understand this type of system, these are the type of people you want. Or people who are open-minded enough to understand this type of system are the type of people you want. Why? Because those type of people are going to go out there and do what? Land the kind of accounts you're looking for, right?
Mm-hmm.
So as a brokerage firm, if you're setting up your brokerage firm, and not only that, that's what it's what your people are making, but you're able to make what, almost 30% more money than your average brokerage firm who is on the binary system. Because you're paying out a total of about 27% versus they're paying out a total of what, 50, 60, or 73%, right? 77%.
Right.
So don't fall for it. Okay, if you're willing to work with a little bit more complicated math, okay, and getting set up, the payout is well to everybody involved. Now, let's take a look real quick at what the other half makes and how they are set up. So that's residual income on that part right there, right? So now let's go and look at this other half, the second part, the third part of this tri-system. Okay, now once the executives have the account set up, then all those loans from those accounts now become available to who? All of the certified freight agents. Okay, that's their position. Certified freight agent, or you can call them load management consultants or specialists or freight management executives. Because you got logistics, sales executives, and then you can have what? Freight management executives, or what? Freight disposition consultants or specialists or executives. See how just the the name kind of gives you a different flavor and different mood. Put a little more. You go from, you go from a George Jefferson to a Chris Brown kind of move. Woo! Right? Right?
Right.
Man.
Correct.
George Jefferson has a move, but Chris Brown, that boy gets down.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so just the change in the name gives you a little bit more swag. Let me brush this off my shoulders. So this is what you want to do. How you want to set up your brokerage firm? You really do. Okay, so by setting up this way, on the second part of that, your third part of your team, which are now your other executives down here, and their job is to do what? It says here their job is carrier acquisitions and load bookings. That's all they got to do. No more of this. Everybody, one person got to do all the things. Just concentrate on what you're good at. Wouldn't you love to have a job where all you have to do is what you're good at?
Yes, sir.
Exactly.
Great idea.
Exactly. If you're a salesperson, go up there and knock it out. With them shippers and get them accounts on the thing. You like going into boardrooms and talking to people and negotiating with people. That's your thing. Now I did a post. I posted something on Facebook, and I'll show it to you all. But I did a post on Facebook that basically says that, well, shoot, here, I'll find it for you real quick. I think we're on Facebook. I can jump on there real quick and show it to you. But I did a post on Facebook. Yeah, here we go. And then somebody laughed at my stuff. And the post on Facebook basically is this right here. Michael Jordan played ball, right? Charles Manson's killed people. I talk. Everyone has a talent. Right?
Right.
Yeah, if you just stick to your talent, if all you have to do is stick to your talent, you can make some moves, right? Right? Hey, look, my granddaddy told me a long time ago, because look, I had a stuttering problem back when I was little. I used to stuttering. I have a stuttering problem. I'm so bad it killed me 3 times. Y'all don't believe that, do you? I used to stutter.
It killed me 3 times.
Yeah, I died 3 times from stuttering.
Wow.
I'm not lying. I used to stutter so bad when I was younger. I actually choked to death 3 times.
Wow.
They literally had to resuscitate me. Chest compressions, mouth to mouth, whole 9 yards. Stuttering killed me 3 times. I died from stuttering 3 separate occasions. That's how bad I used to stutter. I couldn't say two words. I like that guy on Life. Man, just say it. What's the guy on New Jack City? Man, just shut up. Man, just shut up. That was me. Okay. I couldn't get 2 words out, man. It was literally that bad. But then after going to doctors and therapists and all this other stuff, my mom spent a whole bunch of money and stuff. And come to find out, I had what's called an autographic memory. And in other words, my brain just downloads information. Like most people have to actually study stuff and learn it. I just have to hear it. That's it. I hear it, and it automatically becomes assimilated into my brain function, my higher learning function. It literally it records everything. That's what an autographic memory is. My higher learning part of my brain, I don't have to sit and learn it and read it and study it. I just hear it. If I hear it, I know it. I got it. That's it. That's all it requires. Now, there's a drawback in that. Having that ability that early on my brain was working overtime. I had a lot to say. I just couldn't get it out. So all this stuff was coming in, but I didn't have the vocabulary capacity, or I wasn't able to effectively express all the stuff that was being literally downloaded into me from all different places. Everything I walk around, I hear and I see stuff, and I'm talking to people. I'm hearing stuff on television. I'm hearing this and that. You know, whatever this and that. It's just literally being like uploaded, and I had no way of getting it out because I didn't know how to really express it. Okay, which developed into the stuttering problem. Now, once they figured that out, and they, started going to therapy and all this other stuff and learning how to refocus my thoughts and this and that, boy, look at here. When I was about 11 years old and they worked that stuttering problem out, man, they couldn't shut me up. Literally, you couldn't shut me up after that. My granddaddy tells me, boy, look here, boy, now that they got you straightened out, boy, you don't do nothing but talk. When you get, I used to listen, granddaddy, what about this? Granddaddy, what about this? Granddaddy, how we gonna do this? Granddaddy, what granddaddy, you take the hogs down, such and they paying this. I think we take them over there, we can get more money. Why? Because their scales don't have the same type of scales. They got the new scales. Their scales, boy, just shut up. You don't stop talking out. My granddad told me way back then, he said, boy, look, that mouth is going to get you a lot of trouble. It's going to make you a lot of money.
Took the ladder.
One or the other. And I learned a long time ago, my uncle, he helped me to realize that with the skills that I have with the autographic memory and my ability just to formulate and talk, he said, you need to find a way to turn your conversations into compensation. Okay? So everyone has a talent. That's why I'm on here with you all, talking to you all, and showing you all how you can take your business, restructure it, and make a ton of money. Because that's my talent. Okay? All right, let's go back. I just thought I'd share that with y'all. All right? My wife thought that was funny. She said, it's true, but it is funny. Okay? So, let's go back. All right, so now, let's take a look at this third part of the equation down here. All right, so all these guys got to do down here is take the loads that those guys and ladies up here that they now contracted, and that now they're part of our what? Our system, our workflow. Now these guys, they have access to all those loads, right? Loads are just being added and funneled down for them to what? To pull up and see what they got each day. So now they go in and they just book freight. They go in, match the loads with their carriers that's got certain this and that. Because all their job is to do what? Call up the carriers. Hey, Mr. Carrier, how you doing? I'm with RBBS Transport. And look, we have a team of executives, and their only job is to find high-dollar freight. Now, their job is to find freight that pays somewhere between $2.50 and $4.50 plus per mile. So when we send you over loads, we pretty much guarantee you're going to have good paying freight. So how about getting signed up with us? And on top of that, right, we're going to pay you what? Up to 90% of the load fee. Now, if you're a carrier, if you're an owner-operator, right, and your authority is more than 2 years old, if you've been an owner-operator for more than 2 years, we're going to reward you for that because our normal fee is 73 1/3%. It's 70% for, we pay new carriers, new owner-operators, new authority holders, 70% of the load fee. We take 30%, you keep 70%. If you had your own operator, if you had your authority for at least 2 years, right, you're getting 73 1/3%, right? If you're an owner-operator if you're an owner-operator firm that's been in business for at least 2 years and you have a minimum of 5 trucks, we're gonna bump you up to what? 80%. Y'all see how this is going? If you're an owner-operator and you have at least 10 trucks and you have a combination of flatbed, reefer, or flatbed, dry van, or reefer, dry van, if you have a 2-part combination, we're gonna bump you up to what, 85%. If you have a combination of all 3, we're gonna bump you up to 90% of the load fee. Aha! Y'all see how that works? Or you all may want to go in there and simplify it a little bit. If you are signing on to our authority or sign on to run loads for us, if you're willing to pay half your fuel cost, if you're willing to pay, if you're willing to pay all of your own fuel costs, we'll pay you 90% of the load fee. If you're willing to pay all your own expenses. If you want us to supplement and take care of part of your fuel costs and part of your maintenance costs, we're gonna, we'll pay you 73, 1/3%. Y'all see how y'all can structure it just any kind of way you want to?
Right.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Now, but as far as the agent is concerned, you're giving them a great product to sell by having this structure. You're giving them a much more attractive product to sell to the owner operators to get them to do what? Sign your broker carrier agreement, right? You got quick pay. You got, you got your, you got your own factoring companies already in place, right? Right?
Right.
Right. And if you were smart, remember I showed y'all last week on how you can sign up with these factoring companies, and the factoring company will pay you what? What would they pay you? A commission for the stuff that they factor. Come on, y'all ain't working with me now. Y'all don't hear me, right?
Money all kinds of ways.
Money all kinds of ways. Coming, going, sideways, up, down, it don't matter. Okay, because this is business, right?
Right.
If you're gonna be in business, be in business. Okay? Now, down here, you got you guys down here, they're making 50% of the broker's fee and 25% residuals. Now, a lot of you probably saying, well, Cal, where do residuals come in at? Why? Because you got more than just one certified broker agent, right? Chances are, hopefully you got yourself about 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 of down there. You got yourself about 10, 12, 15, executives up there. Hopefully you got a, good matchup. You get up to when you're doing real good, you got yourself 40 executives and 140 what? Freight disposition specialists.
Freight assistants.
Exactly. So these guys down here, all they're doing is just looking at all the loads that are coming from up here, and then they are matching them with what? Their carriers. And their job is what? Sign up carriers and book loads. That's it. And for that, they're getting 50% of the loads that they personally book. Y'all see what I'm saying? They get 50% of the loads that they personally book themselves, and they get 25%, right? No, they get 50% of the loads that they book to their carriers that they sign up. Because just like these people up here, if you sign up what? A shipper, that's your account, right?
Right.
Down here, if you sign up a carrier, that's your carrier. That's in your carrier network. That's in your carrier group, right?
Right.
So if you're booking loads directly to your carrier group and you're booking loads yourself, you're getting 50% of all loads you book within your carrier group. If you book a load to a carrier group that's outside of your carrier group, to another, what? Executives carrier group, you get 25%. If someone from outside of your carrier group books a load onto your carrier group, you get what? 25%. And they get 25%. Y'all see how that works?
Right.
So you have your regular bookings that you're getting paid 50% on, but you have residual bookings too. Why? Because no matter who books loads with one of your carriers, you're going to get paid. So, what's the bottom line here, y'all? Which way is better?
This way.
Exactly. The tri system is better. Residual pay is always better than, flat commission pay. And you as a company gets to make what? Almost what? 30% more money. And that's a lot of money, y'all. That's a lot of money. That's a lot. 30% is a lot of money. 30% is a lot of money when it comes company-wise. When you look at all the money you're bringing in company-wise, that's a lot of money. You down here, you are going to be outperforming your counterparts to the tune of almost 30% because you're paying out a whole lot less money, but your people are making a whole lot more money. Now I know when you hear that, it don't make sense realistically, right? But you have to look, you have to listen to what's behind that, and you have to look at the structure of how it's structured. Because this is based on residual setup and a tri system. The other one is based on flat commissions and a binary system. Okay. Does everybody understand and see what we're talking about when we say if you restructure your brokerage firm or if you start your brokerage firm out with this type of structure, how you can make a lot more money and you can do a lot more and things of that nature. Now, let's fast forward this and I'm going to show you all some other stuff within this video when we go on. I wish you all could hear this, but you can't. So hold on. I still might be able to help y'all to hear this. Hold on. My phone got a very loud speaker on it. But I really want y'all to hear that. Well, we got some people over there at the on our watch party. Well, they chatting up a storm over there about us, boy. I mean, my phone going off. I know they're all truckers united, but them truck drivers over there, but he going off. But no redneck know what he talking about. That redneck. Hold on, y'all. I know a lot of y'all didn't think I knew what I was talking about. A lot of y'all buying into what my competitors say. Yeah, a lot of y'all be buying into what my competitors say. Yeah. He don't know what he's talking about. He don't know what he's doing. Nah, I don't know what I'm doing. All right, let me turn my volume up, and I'm gonna play this all at the same time and see if I can simulcast this. Make sure I got my things. I can. Now my phone don't want to play. Ain't there something? It's always something, right? Hold on. Let me turn off this Wi-Fi and go to my phone. All right, here we go. All right, let's go back. All right, I'm gonna try and increase the volume on this and see if I can do it, and maybe you all can hear it. And can y'all hear that?
It's very
Not
faint.
really.
We can hear but can't understand it.
And my volume is not going to be real good.
Okay, I can hear it.
But we hate the process.
Still kind of faint.
Here at RBBS Transport,
Yeah, that's better.
There you go.
Just one look at our business model.
Right there.
Our applied technology, process, and simplified approach to freight broker. As an independent agent partnering with RBBS Transport LLC, you will either find customers to supply us with freight or find carriers to pick up and deliver the freight. That's it. And we handle everything in between, from customer onboarding, verifications, populating and processing of loads, to carrier setup, rate and load confirmations, insurance and inspection verifications, dispatching your loads, 24-hour round-the-clock tracking, factoring, payroll processing, and full TMS management. And again, all you do is either find customers to supply freight or find carriers to book freight. Utilizing the simplified brokering process, our agents can make more money. Equipped with the right technology, we serve as their administrative operations logistics department, allowing them more time to focus on finding and booking freight. Let's take a moment to talk about commission and residual. No, this is not a misprint. RBBS Transport LLC pays residual as well as commission. Our account acquisitions executives are compensated 7.25% of revenue from our brokerage fee on all loads booked from their accounts by our freight agent. Example, executive lands an account that has 100 loads per day. RBBS forwards those loads to our freight agent, load forwards, and carriers in our network. Our goal is to book 25% of those loads daily. That's 25 loads a day. Average load fee, $2,000. Our brokerage fee is 10%. That's $200. That yields 125 loads booked weekly from that account at an average brokerage fee of $200 per load. Company's gross revenue is $25,000. The agent or account executive who landed the account receives 7.25% of that account's gross revenue every week for as long as the account and the agent is active. In case you're wondering, that in that scenario, the account executive's weekly residual from that one account would be $1,812.50 and would adjust to the account's percentage of loads booked each week. Our freight agents are guaranteed to receive on average 50 to 100 loads daily to arrange bookings. Freight agents are compensated 50% of our brokerage fee on all loads booked directly through the freight agent. Every new carrier's DOT number is attached to the booking agent's account or sub-carrier group. Whether that DOT number has 1 power unit or 100 power units, the agent attached to it will be compensated 50% of the brokerage fee for every load booked personally by that agent. These are labeled direct bookings. Attached agent is also compensated 25% of our brokerage fee on all loads indirectly booked by the agent's sub-carrier group. These are labeled residual bookings. In a scenario where an agent books a load for another agent's sub-carrier group, both agents are compensated 12.5% of RBBS Transport's LLC's brokerage fee. Look, we realize that our business model is completely different from the industry's norm. It is our belief that true independence, residual income, and a simplified approach to brokering is why both experienced logistic professionals and newcomers to the industry should consider RBBS Transport LLC as a career option. The design of our approach to freight brokering is based on simplicity, but the goal of this approach is to allow our independent agents to spend less time on clerical administrative tasks and more time focusing on finding and booking freight. RBBS Transport LLC, simply empowering brokers. All right. What y'all think about that?
Great.
All right. Look,
Good.
this setup is it can be easily adopted. Okay, it can be easily adopted. the way we're set up, the way you would be set up would pretty much ensure your profitability, okay, versus, just picking a bunch of people and saying, hey, y'all go out there and do what you do and I'll split it with you. Come on. I mean, especially when you got new people who are trying to do the whole process. It's much better to take new talented people and find out what they're good at and then assign them to doing what they are actually good at. And that's all they have to do. If they are great communicators, if they have great sales skills, then they want to be up on the top to where they're pitching what? The shippers. If they are individuals who have been in the trucking industry, they're familiar with how truck drivers think and what they like and what they do, they have a background in that, then obviously their strength is going to be down to doing what? Carrier acquisitions. So, in booking freight. So, split it up, make it, structure your firm to where it has the greatest chance of creating profitability. All right. Hopefully you all got a lot out of this training because I know we don't do broker training all the time, but when we do, we try to make it worth your while. Okay, because we are starting to get a lot more brokers to come on with us, and we really appreciate that. And we want to make sure that we're catering to both brokers and to dispatchers. And this is great stuff just for your dispatch. Those of you who are doing dispatching or your owner business managers, this is great stuff to know. If you're ever thinking about becoming a broker, you want to know how to make your brokerage firm, profitable from the get-go. And not only that, if you're having people call up shippers and they're identifying themselves as what? Executive sales agents or what? Freight acquisitions, sales specialists, right? If freight acquisitions executives, they're not calling up and saying, hey, I'm a freight broker agent. I got one of these people that don't know squat about this business. And they're trying to get us to sign our $1 billion a week freight over to them. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But if you call them up and you let them know up front that we're here to help you to move your low-paying freight, we also have an entire team of freight disposition specialists, and their only job is to what? Sign on qualified carriers. Go out there and acquire qualified carriers. We have a team of those, and each of them, have got multiple carriers. So we can pretty much almost guarantee that we can move about 25 to 30% of your freight every week. Now, that's a lot. But when you have the infrastructure and team in place, you can make that happen. Business call, hold on. I'm gonna let y'all hear this.
Call for extension 1 to accept.
This is Calvin with RBBS. You're calling right in the middle of our live broadcast, booking 6 figures, booking freight from home show. And how can I help you?
Hello, good morning, Mr. Cosby.
Good morning.
Hey, yeah, this is Sandra Romero. I just did my enrollment yesterday afternoon.
Okay.
I evening actually was at 5 or 6. I remember the exact time. But I'm just trying to get into mydispatcher.org, and it says that I still don't have I already enrolled. I did my my email, my password, and
it probably just hasn't been approved yet. As soon as I finish with the broadcast, I will look for it myself. A lot of the interns that we use don't really work on the weekends, being college students and being Saturday. But as soon as I finish with today's broadcast, I will check on it and make sure we get you done, okay?
Okay. Thank you so much.
No problem. And look forward to seeing you in training.
Yeah. Thank you.
Bye-bye. All right. Let me show y'all how that works. By the way, that was someone who enrolled yesterday. Give me a second here. And the interns probably hasn't gotten on and did her approval yet. So I'm gonna show y'all how that process works. Yeah, here we go. We normally have about, sometimes, well, on a good day, we have about 7, 8 interns that are logged onto our system, and they are performing these tasks for us on a normal basis. They basically log in for us, and they just perform these little tasks, like getting and checking the let me see. Okay, has she submitted it yet? That's the question. I see something from the inbox, but I don't see where she submitted anything yet. Hold on. Now, a lot of times, which she may have, but let me check to be sure. See if she has submitted anything. Now, this is our login. No, not our login. This is where all the logins are managed from. Okay, they're managed from this area here. So, in case you all didn't know, that's about the live training. I don't see where she submitted. Let me go back and check again. Okay, Ray White has requested to become. All right, we have Ray White, but I don't think Ray White is actually enrolled. Let's find out. And then what we do is we go from there. What the interns do, they will go from there, and then they will go over to our Square account, and they will check to verify if a person is in fact enrolled. Now, it's very important that if you haven't enrolled into our platform, it's very important when you go and you create your back office login, you must use the exact same email address you used when you enrolled. Because if you don't, they are not going to approve you. Okay? Do y'all understand that?
Yes.
Okay. Because we got a lot of people that will enroll on one email address, but then they'll submit their login with a totally different email address. And we're trying to tell them, so you're not going to approve that way because we have a secure site. We have because we get people who are trying to get into our site all the time. So let's check something here. Like, well, that person is not. So that's a person that's not enrolled that's trying to get into our site right here with that email address. Now let me see if I can find her. I should have asked her for her email address, but I can find her. Let's go. She said she just enrolled yesterday. So let's go back and check the enrollments from yesterday. There she is right there. Miss Romero, she enrolled 18 hours ago. So let me cross-check her email address with the emails that it was sent over to. And this is a task that this is what the interns usually do all day long. They do stuff like this, okay? Let me go back over here and let's look at the contacts and see if her email is one of the contacts. Because if her email is not one of the contacts, that means she has not submitted her request properly, right? Let's see. We place her email here, and it should pop up and tell us, yep, there she is. When did she submit the request? January the 2nd. Aha! Now, y'all see what happened? Do y'all see what happened?
Looks like she enrolled. Then.
Yeah, well, no, she submitted her request on January the 2nd. She enrolled yesterday.
Right.
So she actually tried to get into the back office before she enrolled.
Got it.
And that's what kicked her to the denied section, because when doing that, if you try to get into the bank's office before you enroll, then we send them something that says, she's right here, we send her this. Let me see if I can expand this. But we send her this little section right here that basically, lets her know that this is a secure back office, and our records indicate that you are not an enrolled member. So we denied it. Well, the interns, they denied it. And then later on, she went back and said, well, let me enroll. But it was already pushed over to the denied area. So good thing she called us, because now all I have to do is just go ahead and click where she's right here. I just click that. And now she can get in, and I send her a message, which is going to pop up in her email, access granted. Just giving y'all a little peek at the back of how things work, within our company. In the back office, how, all this stuff works and stuff. And this is stuff that you all can, this is why I like using Wix and using Square, because they work so well together in managing this business. And these things right here can easily be done by interns or freight agents or dispatch agents. And y'all see what I'm saying? So we put a list of instructions on the intern load board, not intern load, on the intern work boards with Florida State, FAMU, University of Florida. We put that on the workflow board, and then they just go in and they pull up all the different companies that are on the workflow board, and they see our company, and they have a set of instructions. This is what you all are required to do each day to check this is there, make sure you verify it. That's all it is. So the stuff that you all be seeing a lot of times that are approving you all and sending y'all messages back and forth is generally done by the interns, and that's how we're able to manage all the stuff we do. We even have a section where our interns book freight. We use interns to book freight. For our dispatch firm, they go in, they locate the loads. A lot of the loads are already preset as far as like sub-dedicated freight. A lot of our carriers run short-term loads, run short mileage loads, where they may run 2, sometimes 3 loads in each day, 5 days a week. They're running the same freight. So there's not really much to do on that, except just for the interns to check to make sure the loads were picked up and delivered. That's all. Just check the confirmations and double check all the confirmations. That's what a lot of them are doing when it comes to that side of it. It's all in how you set your company up will determine if your company is able to accommodate growth. Okay. And that's how we are able to accommodate the growth that we have. That's why we're able to book freight for 317 carriers, every single week. Okay, because we have a mechanism, a structure in place, so they can help, that can accommodate that. And this is one of the advantages of you all being part of our network. When you all are looking to restructure your firm, or when you need to grow and you need advice on that, what do? You schedule a private consultation, right? And you all just say, hey, I'm trying to do this. What's the best way? And we give you all tips and our advice. Now, whether you follow that, that's up to you. I mean, we all grown people here. I mean, we're not gonna bad boy, bad girl. We're not gonna do that. Smack you in the hand and say, don't do that. We're just gonna give you the advice, and then it's up to you if you wanna take it or not. All right. So that's how it all works. Okay. But Q&A. We've got about 40 minutes for Q&A. Well, let's have, first of all, did everyone enjoy today's training part of the show?
Yes, sir,
Absolutely.
indeed.
All right, great. I like hearing that. Did y'all learn something?
Yes, sir, indeed.
Okay. All right. I'm glad y'all did. Glad y'all learned something. I'm glad y'all liked it. I try my best. Despite what the critics say. I need to do some teaching here. All right. All right. So today, right now we're at this segment of Q&A. Let's hear what you all have to say. What you all are trying to get answers to, and let's see if we can help you all find some of those answers real quick. Who wants to be first up on today's Q&A? First of all, hold on. Does anyone have any questions about what we have presented here today? Let me do that first of all.
No.
All right. So I did a pretty good job, huh? Okay. All right. So what other questions do y'all have about the industry, about our platform, about anything that's been heavy on your mind?
Let me see.
No one has a question?
No, I actually don't have any questions. I was just looking up some history into factoring companies because I've just seen a lot of people complaining about them in regards to owner operators.
Okay. What are some of the complaints?
That they had a lot of liens. They had a lot of liens on them in regards to their house, their car, etc. That you got to, really read into the contract before you can, before you sign up.
Read the fine print.
It's a lot of pros and cons. Yeah,
you got to read the fine print. You do have some factory companies that but what will cause a factory company? Well, let's discuss that since you brought it up. What will cause a factory company to place liens on your personal property? And how do you protect yourself from that?
Let me ask you, since we on that, wouldn't that be if the brokers don't pay them, then that causes us to have the lien, or?
Well, let's discuss that. So what you're saying is, who is us? Who is us? First of all, let's determine who we're talking about. Are we talking about you as a trucking company, you as a dispatch firm, or you as a brokerage firm? Which is it?
Well, you could just right now I'm just doing dispatching. So.
All right. If you are a dispatcher, you don't have any liability.
Okay.
So what does that dispatch contract states? Remember your dispatch agreement, remember when we went over that, it says you are held harmless, right?
Yes.
That's why listen, you don't have the liability if you're using our dispatch firm, if you're using our form. Okay? I can't speak what everyone else is doing. Okay?
Right.
So look, when that carrier signs that bad boy, he's signing, attesting that everything that's in that form is agreed upon and can be held up in any court in any state in the United States. You understand what I'm saying? And you all have seen that we present to you all, and it is written in every shape, form, or fashion to protect you. Don't y'all agree with that?
Yes.
Agreed.
There are a few, not just once or twice, but at least 3 times it states that you all are what? Held harmless from all claims, right? Because you are simply acting as an agent for the owner-operator you have on the contract. So first of all, let's clear that up. If you are an independent dispatch firm or owner-op business manager, whatever the case may be, if you don't have a properly formatted and executed dispatch agreement, you're setting yourself up for failure. You're setting yourself up for liability. Second of all, another way you can protect yourself in any type of position as far as having your personal assets being attacked is you have to do what? Register the proper legal entity with your state, right?
Yes.
And the one that gives you the most protection is what? Not a partnership.
LLC.
Exactly. It's an LLC. So take the necessary steps to make sure that you are, protected and right business-wise before you go into business, people. So it doesn't matter what all these companies say. If you are an LLC, they cannot attack your personal assets. Now, if you are a trucking company and you're an LLC and your truck is that's illegal. That's an asset of the company. But they can't take your Escalade. They can't take your Range Rover, right?
Right.
They ain't gonna touch that bad boy.
Right.
They ain't gonna get to touch, your nice, $250,000, $500,000 home. They can't touch that bad boy. They might be able to get that old beat up Peterbilt out there. That's about it. But they ain't getting nothing else. Right?
Right.
Right.
Look, if you're gonna be in business, be in business. Y'all heard me say that a lot. There's more than trucking than just trucking. Trucking is a business. Manage it like one. These are all phrases and terms y'all hear me say all the time. Okay? I mean, we do a little bit more of a realistic approach to training. We don't have a structured training where we sit up there with a chalkboard and a whiteboard and we just laying out stuff. I mean we do numbers on the computer and y'all know I'm on with the numbers. Okay, so I could do training that's strictly like that, but you all wouldn't get much out of it. Okay, I do a training session that's just all like that, and tomorrow you all, it's gone. Most of you are not like me. You don't have an autographic memory. Stuff that's not just downloaded. It has to be made relevant. It has to be made entertaining. It has to be made to flow in like a normal conversation that you would have with someone you just sat down with and y'all just talking. You see what I'm saying? That's why our training sessions are set the way they are. They're set in almost like conversation pieces. And I happen to think that you all get a lot more out of it by having this type of setting. Okay, this type of training. And everyone is not geared to train because they can't hold a conversation. They can instruct, they can give instructions, but they can't hold a conversation. They can't ad lib, they can't be entertaining, they can't throw things in, they don't have that type of quirky sense of humor. All these things play when it comes into training using this type of training method, in training using this type of structure. And it's not an easy one because you have to stay focused and stay relevant. And when you're telling certain things and jokes and this and that, they have to tie into what you are training. So if you're not going to be able to really think like that, like my granddad would say, I have a lot to say. One thing got me talking, boy, messed up now.
So Calvin.
Yes, sir.
What would cause these factoring companies to put these liens on operators? Is because they sign these contracts, and some of these factoring companies, they in the contracts, the owner operators they're agreeing to give them so many loads per week or.
Nah, that's not it. The only thing I can think of is what they're saying is this. Here's what they're saying. If you are an owner operator, or if you are a broker, okay, or if you are, and you fail to do your due diligence and you sign up with a shipper, right? And that shipper is not paying people. And if that factory company, exactly, that factory, because here's what happened. The factory company pays you beforehand. They basically
it's like a loan.
Right.
Yeah, they are fronting you the money. You are really taking a loan out. That's basically what you're doing.
Right.
And and if you read that contract, it's basically saying that you're telling them that you have done your due diligence. You have done your homework to ensure that you are connecting them with someone who you feel is competent, and you feel is reliable, and you feel is going to fulfill their obligation.
Right.
Right?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So if you connect them with the shipper that ain't gonna pay them,
It falls on you.
they gonna come after you too.
And that's
Exactly.
crazy.
It is, but it's not.
That's business. That's part of your business.
Exactly. Look. If I drink this water from this right here, and I got really, really sick, and I keeled over, and my family went out and my wife went out and got a lawyer, right? Is she just gonna sue the people that pull the water out the ground? No, she gonna sue.
No, she wants the person sold to you.
Yeah,
Well,
she gonna sue they're gonna sue everybody associated. Everybody associated.
Anybody that got something to do with it.
Exactly.
Right.
They're gonna sue the company that made this plastic. If a separate company made this cap, they're gonna sue them. If they're gonna sue the water processing plant, they're gonna sue the people who printed these labels. They're gonna sue everybody who has something to do with this right here. Has something to do with this sitting on my table and allow me to screw this top off, read this crystal, this water, and drink that water. And it's like, oh, y'all.
Yeah. Get deep.
You know what I'm saying?
Get deep. Yeah.
Exactly. So yeah, and it's becoming a big problem now that you got a lot of shippers out there that people are not. If you're not doing your due diligence, you just signing up just for the shippers, and because in some cases it's actually a conspiracy. It's actually what they call not just suing them, but they actually there have been cases where they have referred it over to the FBI and not the FBI, but the SEC, the Securities Exchange, and there have been people charged with what? Y'all know what I'm about to say? Racketeering. Y'all know what racketeering is?
Mm-hmm.
Y'all know when you get hit with that racketeering charge, right?
Right.
Which means what? Y'all, two or more of you work together to defraud on somebody, right?
Right.
Hey, co-conspirator. We want to be tried separately. That kind of stuff. I want to be tried with you.
Teamwork fraud.
Somebody cut a deal. Somebody done cut a deal. Y'all don't act y'all don't know what I'm talking about now, right? Look.
Yeah, I see exactly what you mean.
Yeah.
And how that can happen.
That's how you get all them squealers. Say what we're gonna do a crime, do it by yourself.
Exactly.
Always.
do it by yourself. Because all you're gonna keep a secret between two people is one of them dead. That's the only way, So
that's right.
You're gonna do it by yourself. Now look, there are companies out there. There are people out there who have, and some of these are like really, really fraudulent shipping companies. In case y'all didn't know it, there are shipping companies out there, and there are carriers out there. Shipping companies and the carriers, or shipping companies and the brokers, they're actually working together, knowing that the shipper is never going to pay those loads.
And getting them factored and taking the money from the factoring company.
Exactly.
That's crazy.
I know it is.
Somebody was going to think.
Look. Just like you have.
Because it's an open hole.
All right. Now, I'm going to tell you something else. Remember, we fell victim to someone who stole our MC number and was running auto haul freight, and we had no idea they were doing it. Okay? Right. Shippers fall prey to the same thing. Right? This is why it's such a big thing about posting loads that you don't have ownership of. This is why it's such a serious problem when dispatchers start posting loads, because you're not supposed to be doing it. So that opens up the door to create fraud. Just think about it for a second. A shipper may have 10,000 loads per day, hundreds of thousands of loads. So if someone basically just copies their loads, right, and then claims that those loads are theirs, right,
Mm-hmm.
and then they have a carrier to run those loads, right, and then those carriers present those actual loads were picked up and delivered, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But let's say the shipper don't know, that those loads were contracted with that carrier, or somehow or another they was able to match their carrier, a switch idents with another carrier, whatever the case may be. So those loads got ran, right? So then when they present those loads over to what? The factory company. No one pays on them. But who already got paid?
The
carrier.
People in cahoots, the carrier.
Exactly. And the carriers and people in cahoots, they doing what? Just splitting the money.
Splitting the money. And they get paid double time too. They're gonna double dip on it.
Exactly. Fraud. So you got a bunch of these. So you got a whole lot of these factory companies that are saying, look, we got to start, holding somebody accountable.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So it's not the factory companies. It's not that they're being nasty. No, this
CYA.
Exactly, and they got to protect themselves just like what I always tell you all. Protect what yourself and your carrier at all times, right?
Right.
You got to remember that. So it's not that they're being nasty or they're just trying to take advantage. No, that's not it. That's not it. Look, factory companies they're legitimate businesses. I mean, you don't get nothing for free. That's why I hate the term hook me up. I'm a family member, hook me up. God, I hate that. I always because look, I have family members who run their own business. I have a family member who owns their own septic and Northwood about and septic. They put in the septic tanks and they do the burial vaults and they do the porta potties for all these big construction companies. That type of work. When my wife and I buying our home and we needed a septic tank inspection done, all right, so we called my uncle. We called him up. And when we called him up, I didn't say, hey, this is Calvin, your nephew. I just called him up and scheduled what? A septic tank inspection, like anybody else would. Right?
Right.
And the guy that showed up was my cousin, my uncle's son. My cousin showed up and said, hey, man, this your house? I go, yeah, my wife buying this house, man. Nice house. I said, man, why you tell our big time that this was your house? I said, why? Man, she'd have gave you a big discount. I said, nah, I don't do that. I don't do that, man. Charge me whatever you charge anybody else. Why? Because they family, and I know they got mouths to feed just like everybody else got mouths to feed. So why wouldn't you want your family to make all the money that they're supposed to make? Why would you want to take money out of your family's mouths?
Right.
See, that's that hookup thing that people don't get. People say, man, we family. You should give me the hookup. Nah, if you family, you should not want me to do what? Bring home less food.
Less money, yeah.
Exactly, for my wife and kids. See, that respect thing goes both ways, y'all. So that hookup thing, I don't know whoever came up with that, but that's a bunch of BS. Okay? And my uncle taught me that early on. I had an uncle, I didn't know he made the kind of money he made back when I was selling cars. He came out and he wanted to buy a couple more trucks for his business. He came in and talking business and that, and I'm doing his financial stuff. Man, making almost $700,000 a year. Damn, I didn't know you made that kind of money. He said, yeah, I know. Don't tell the rest of the family that though. I ain't gonna tell y'all which uncle it is. I just said, I got 13 uncles. I said, I know which one it is. He said, well, don't tell the rest of the family that, though. You understand what I'm saying? Then I was like, well, I'm gonna give you this. Nah, man, don't give me no discount. Charge me whatever you charge everybody else. Because Calvin, I know you got a family. You're trying to feed your family. Now I want you to, as a matter of fact, charge me the full price and I'll give you a 5% bonus. Now that's real. You see what I'm saying? Now, what's showing more respect? Me asking for a hookup, or rather saying, I'm gonna pay full price so you get your full commission?
Right. And it's okay.
The latter.
Exactly. We got to start changing the way we think about things. We got to start changing our mentality when it comes to business. This is why a lot of, especially business that's owned by us, don't really make it, because we're too busy giving a hookup and we're hooking ourselves right about the business.
Right.
Yep.
I mean, really, that's what we're doing. We're hooking ourselves up right about the business. When other people are referring people over to them, yeah, man, go over there and work with this guy, and they funnel everything that they got towards that business. Make sure you pay him a good rate now, because that's my nephew, and he and his wife needs it. You see what I'm saying? I mean, it's a mentality type. It's a whole different mindset. A whole different mindset. And we need to start, we need to get on that. All right, y'all. All right, y'all. Well, I hate to say it, but it's 1 o'clock, y'all. I hate to say it, but look here. As always, before I get to that, I need everybody. I want everybody to go ahead and sign up for this new load board. The link is already up, but we just haven't added any loads to it yet. What I'm going to be doing this week, I'm going to be reaching back out to. I've got a bunch of brokers who've been trying to work with our network for the longest. As you all know, TQL, TRW, Landstar, we've had mega brokers who I've been putting their emails and just telling them, well, we're not really working with anybody like that right now, but because we're not brokers or whatever this and that, and we really can't do that. That type of deal, right? But I've had brokers that have been contacting us for the longest, trying to figure out a way that they can work with us, okay? And now that we've got this load board going, now we have a way that they can actually work with our network. Because I want everybody within our network, everybody who is hearing my voice, everybody who watches our videos, everybody who has anything to do with the trucking industry to go ahead and register and sign up for this load board. Mr. Khalid and I, we were talking about last night, we was gonna have I think you can sign up right now for free. And you get, I'm not sure if you get a 30-day or a 90-day free subscription to the load board, okay? I'll talk with him and we'll firm that up. But I know right now you can sign up for free and you can get on the load board and it doesn't cost you anything. Now, it's not gonna stay free to those of you who are looking for loads, okay? It's not going to stay free, but for right now, it is free. And you may be able to get on it, and for the first, we may just offer a standard 90-day free membership, okay? Now, then after that, at some point in time, it is going to start costing $29.99 to access that load board for those who are looking for free, okay? And it's not going to be one of those complicated things where you got a premium package and a standard package and just no. It's a one package deal. Everybody's premium. Everybody's premium. $29.99. That's it. No more added fees. No more. Well, if you get the premium package, it's gonna be $199 a month. If you do this, no, none of that. $29.99 per person. That's it. Okay. That's it. Plain and simple. And it's gonna have a lot of great features. We're gonna be trying to, like I said before, we're gonna be trying to get to where all those have prices. We're gonna, because if you want to be a broker, because if you are a broker or a direct shipper and you're posting loads to the load board, as long as you are posting 100% of the loads you post have a price on them, and I'm not talking, and you got to be a minimum price too. Don't come into my posting a load that's got 2 cents on it just so you can get the free membership. No. Y'all talking on that. It's gonna be a minimum that you gotta post. If you put a price on a load, it's gotta, at least be like $1 a load, okay? So that don't come posting loads at 20 cents per load just so you can get the free membership. For brokers, as long as you're posting loads with the adequate price, okay, then it is free. For shippers, if you're posting loads with the adequate price, it is free. Now, does that mean that you can't post loads that don't have a price on it? Yes, you can. But once you do that, then you have to pay, a subscription. Okay. I think for brokers that are posting loads, if you post loads that are not priced, you won't pay the same $29.99. You probably pay like $9.99 if you are a broker or a shipper and you want to post loads that don't have a price on it. But as long as you're posting, as long as 100% of your loads are priced, then it is a free membership. It is free. You can post loads for free. Mr. Haas, right now, as we speak, he is working on a boat loader. So we're working on a boat loader to where people can go on and they can. We got some stuff in the chat. Some people want to chat. Someone says, can you send over a link for the straight dispatch load board? I wasn't in front of the computer when we discussed how to get. Oh, yeah, Ms. Power. You actually have that link, Ms. Power. You really do. It's in your. I'm going to have to do it outside of this because if I pull it up now and I'm sharing, everybody's going to see that straight dispatch link. And the link that we give you all is different than the regular link because our link gives you all a discount. In order to get that discount, you must be a subscription paid member. So yes, Ms. Powell, I will send you over the link to get over the straight dispatch, but I have to do it after we end the broadcast. But I don't want to broadcast our special discounted link over the net. All right? But I will make sure I take care of that for you. All right? I was just reading a private message that we received through here. Okay, but as I was saying, I want everyone to go over and get on. Hold on here. I'm going to pull up the link to the load board. I want you all to go and sign up for this load board because this week my job is going to be to get all these brokers who have been trying to connect with us and all these shippers who've been trying to connect with us. My job is to get them to start posting their loads to the load board. So here shortly within the next couple of weeks, there's going to be a ton of, a massive freight that's going to be on this load board. Okay? There'll be massive freight that's going to be on this load board. Let me pull it up. And Khalid and I, we've been working together and pull up, and there it is right here. This is the load board link, in case y'all didn't know it is. And we don't have it, and you can log in. You can log into the load board, and there it is. We haven't added all of the. We're going to be adding more, cosmetic stuff. But this is what you're looking at right now. This is the actual load board. Like I said, we don't have a whole lot of. We don't have loads unloaded up yet because this week, once he gets the boat loader. Once we get that constructed and we're able to allow the shippers and the brokers to just, download their entire load list, then we'll be able to do that. But right now, we just got a few loads on here to show you how it will work. And then you'll be able to click on them and you'll be able to see the map radius and it'll map out, show you where the loads are going, how to get there, all that type of stuff. It's all going to be in there. But we want to get as many people to go ahead and sign up, and you can sign up for free. Doesn't cost you anything right now. It's free. And we're going to give you all the straight dispatch. We're going to give you all load board. I think this is it right here. Yeah, get started. Yep, that's it. So I'm going to give y'all the the load board link. So everyone go out and go to STR, the number 8, DISPATCH dot, and he has in here HEROKUAPP.com. Okay, so go to that, and that will get you into the the load board. We're gonna simplify that a lot. Well, that's what the load board address is right now, and I'm gonna send you all a message here in my message thing here as soon as I can find out what my chat is. Smoke control. It's my chat. All right, I'll find it here in a second. I'll find my chat here in a second. In the share. Nope, that's not it. Oh, here we go. I found it. There we go. There's my chat. All right. I'll go up to the group. Everyone in the meeting. There we go. All right. There it is right there. I just shared it with you all. Okay. I'm also going to share it onto Facebook. Let's go ahead and share it on Facebook right now. For those of you who are in our live, I'm sharing you the load board right now on Facebook into our live broadcast. Make sure y'all go and check that out. There it is right there. That's the load board. Let me find it on the RBBS Logistics Learning Center, and let me share it there live as well. All right. What y'all got? So what y'all got going on? Have some of you signed up carriers? You close to signing up carriers? Have you started booking freight for some of your carriers? I mean, talk to me.
Working on it.
Okay. What do you mean by
I'm just wanting to gather all my information, but I'm starting to call carriers on Monday.
Okay. Cool. Yeah.
I'm still going to process myself.
All right. So you're getting your pitches down. You're learning the pitch. You're make sure you feel comfortable with the workflow, with knowing how to just go from one thing to the next, and make sure you feel comfortable with that, right?
Correct.
Okay.
All
right. Let me give you a little bit of advice. Okay.
Rehearsing with them.
Yeah. Let me give you a little bit of advice.
Yeah.
You can't learn how to swim if you don't get wet. Okay.
True.
Yeah.
All right. So at some point in time, because you're never gonna feel completely comfortable with it. Okay.
That's true.
Because sales the whole thing about being a business owner and an entrepreneur is you have to learn to work outside of your comfort zone. You cannot make this kind of money and be in a comfort zone. You can't do it. Trust me on that. You can't do it. There's nothing comfortable about making this type of money and being successful as a business owner. Okay? Really, there isn't. There's nothing comfortable about it. But it will provide for you a very comfortable lifestyle. I don't know if that makes sense to you all, but that's the truth. Okay? There's nothing comfortable about me being always in a business mind frame 24/7, because I'm always thinking business. I'm always thinking what to do next, thinking how to improve my business, thinking how to improve our platform so that you all can get more out of it 24/7. But the lifestyle that it provides for me and my family is extremely comfortable.
Got it.
You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So then there's got to come a time when you all just got to jump right in and say, hey, let's get wet, man. Let's get in, jump in this pool and start and get wet. Okay? So jump right in. You know, start making phone calls. Are you gonna screw up? Of course you are. You're probably gonna make a fool out of yourself the first couple of times you call. I'll lie to you.
That's true.
You're probably gonna make a fool out of yourself. But guess what? You're gonna learn from it. And each time you call, you're gonna become better at it, better at it, better at it. But you're not gonna do that until you start actually calling. You can practice all you want to. You can get in front of the mirror. You can have 100 recorders. You can practice on your dog. You can practice on your cat. You can practice on your homeboy, your homegirl. But guess what? Until you make that live call.
That's true.
It's an uncomfortable thing. Okay, so that's my advice to you. Just after you feel like you got the script halfway or okay or whatever this is that, just get in and start doing it, and don't get discouraged. Just because you screw up, don't mean that you ain't about to come up.
Right.
Appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
actually, man, you're about to come up.
Exactly.
I'm right here with it.
Look, when you're screwing up, then you know you're on your way to coming up.
Exactly.
Because at least you're doing what? You're doing it. Because the person who ain't doing it, they say, well, I ain't gonna screw up. I don't want to screw up like that. But then you don't want to come up.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't want to screw up, you don't want to come up. So you got to get out there and make it happen. Just jump in there and make it happen. And whatever happens, treat it as a learning experience.
Right.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
All right, now.
Got it.
I'll go out there and make that money. I know y'all got it in you. All right. All right, so we're posting the dispatch load board on. Everybody make sure you go in and you take heed of it. Let me see here if I can find my other one, All Truckers United. Let's see, go and find the live. But we're on here live with that too today. So what we got? We should still be live on that as well. We were live. There we go, right there. Watch party. Nope, that's a different watch party. No, that's not it. That was a whole. They got everything on All Truckers United. Everything but trucks.
Yeah.
I was everything on here except for doggone trucks. Come on, man. Let's see here. Where's the watch parties? There we go. Watch parties right there. Live. Look at that. We talk all that right there. We're seeing on All Truckers United. Come on, All Truckers United. Y'all got to be better, man. Y'all gotta get some control over there. All right, All Truckers United. Let's look at freight. where else we at? We're on freight brokers, trainers, instructors, and trainers. We're there today. Let's see. We are here today as well. Where we at? There we go, right there. Thank y'all for joining us over here, Mr. Stingley. How you doing, Stingley? The brokers are just cutting more than 30% and telling you that's all they have. No, that's not true. Most brokers are not making that kind of money. Okay, brokers are not making more than 30%. I mean, I know you got the conspiracy theories, but I mean, there's not that much money in the loads to where the brokers can take that kind of money. Now, if you got some loads that are 8, 9, and 10, because a lot of y'all are really believe that the shippers are paying $25 a load, $50 a load. I mean, come on, no. No. If you don't believe it, spend some money and become a broker. Okay? If you believe now, if you believe right here what this gentleman here is saying, Mr. Darryl Stingley, brokers are just cutting more than 30% and telling you that's all they have. All right? Now, if you believe that, then why in the hell ain't you became a broker? I mean, seriously, right?
Right.
If you really believe that,
Makes no sense.
if you really believe that, hang them trucking keys up and go spend that money and become a broker. Now, I done been a broker, and I know after all the money I spent, that I wasn't making more than 30%. Matter of fact, we had a thing to where we was paying our carriers 90% of the load fee when we started out. We were only getting 10%. And we was paying out 7.25% of our 10% to our West Colony. We were paying 50% of our 10%. You see what I'm saying? So we were still profiting what? You see what I'm saying? We were still able to make a profit. And we were paying up to 90%. And if you got the loads, then you got to make your money. So for all those conspiracy theories people out there who think that brokers are making $20,000, per mile and $50 per mile and all this crazy stuff you hear, that ain't happening. Yeah, are there loads out there that pays that kind of much? Yeah, every blue moon, like it's like seeing a unicorn. Like seeing Bigfoot. You got a lot of people out there that not seen Bigfoot, but have you ever seen it? I mean, seriously, right? It's like UFOs. A lot of people have seen UFOs, but have you ever seen one? A lot of people been about UFOs, but have you ever been taken by one? I believe that. I be personal, So that's what it's like, but let's be real. So if you really believe that, go ahead and give me that truck you got. And give me them trucks. And give me your truck, and you go become a broker. Right? And prove me wrong. Because I guarantee you that ain't the case. Okay? That's not the case.
Right.
I guarantee that. Like, brokers are not making that type of spread. They really are not. Okay? And that's just people who on the other side, and they want to blame everybody else for their problems. And because I didn't complain about what cut I was getting when I was an owner operator, because I was making money as an owner operator. Why? Because I set myself up to make money as an owner operator. Remember I told y'all about that challenge, Mr. Stingley? I guarantee you, if you want to know how to make money on a $1-mile freight, take my challenge. Okay? Take my challenge. And I'll show you how to reduce your debt. I'll show you how put yourself in a position where you can make $3,000 a week on a $1 a mile freight. Now, if you want to take me up on that, that's it. I have an open door challenge right there. Go ahead, take me up on it. All right? But if you do, I guarantee you're going to be joining my platform because that's the challenge. If I can show you how that's done, then you join my platform. If I can't show you, I'll even sweeten it for you. If I can't show you how to do that, I will give you 5 loads and won't charge you anything for them. I will take no dispatch fee. I give you 5 good paying loads.
Wow.
Come on. Talk to me.
Confidence. I love it.
So if you want to take my challenge, come on, take my challenge. Okay? Because brokers don't make that kind of money. Not on that type of stuff. But that's that Donald Trump stuff right there. I don't know where you get that from. Yeah. I don't believe that. I don't believe that. Trump, your security and your intelligence advisors say that this I don't believe that. Mr. Trump, the video shows that I don't believe that. That's fake news. Okay, Mr. Stevenson, that's fake news. That's fake news. Okay, so brokers don't make that kind of money. All right, y'all, let me stop. I'm about to make some people upset. Oh my God! All right, y'all. Let me take a minute to recognize one of our international members over at Logix Grid. Okay, this is one of our international members. Joined our platform a while back, and they have done very well since becoming from when they first started out. They are an extremely successful firm, and they have done great work. This is them right here. And they are based out of, I think they're primarily based out of Africa, but they work on global logistics, and they provide software, tools, resources for global logistics, all types of stuff. They work with some of the biggest names in the industry, in distribution, warehousing. They work with DHL, with FedEx, Ecom Express, UPS, you name it, they're working with them now. Now look, a lot of people say that our platform is, it is what it is. But we have people who started with us and didn't even know the first thing about logistics, and now they have huge companies, huge platforms, game-changing software, all types of stuff that with these companies, they started here. They got their start here. They got their introduction into the logistics industry here. Just like you all are now. They started just like you all did, okay? But, from that, they were able to grow. And I like to think that we played a big role in helping them to get to that point with the advice that we offered them, with showing them how to operate within the industry, which provided them with tools and resources that allowed them to build their book of business and to build their companies through the private consultations that they scheduled and had with us, and taking our advice and giving them good, sound advice. That's a lot more than just teaching you rules, regulations, terms, and terminology. Okay, that's the difference between what we offer and what everyone else is offering. Okay, because we here, and y'all hear me say this all the time. You all hear me say this all the time. My job is to turn you all into logistics entrepreneurs. Okay? All right. Yeah. And with that being said, everybody go join the load board, get on there, because here in the coming weeks, it's going to become very popular. We're adding a lot of stuff. Like I said, we have the feature of where we're trying to get on there to where all loads will be priced. Another feature that we are working on I haven't confirmed this yet, but I am working on it, and Mr. Khalid Hodge is going to be working on it. I'm currently working on a way to not eliminate cheap freight, but to guarantee that if, let's what I'll put this. If a owner-operator or lease operator runs a load that's paying less than $1 per mile, we're working on a way to ensure that they will be compensated a minimum of $2 per mile. Did I say that right? Yeah, I said it right. Yeah, y'all heard what I said. Did y'all hear what I just said?
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm not talking about just with this load board. I'm talking about effectively within the industry, period. I am working on a way to compensate any owner-operator that grabs it and runs a load that's paying less than $1 per mile. We are working on a way to have them compensated a minimum of $2 per mile. So what would that do? That would effectively do what? End cheap freight, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So don't ask me how, because that's a trade secret, right? How? That's a trade secret, but that's what I'm working on. Okay, and a lot of it's gonna have to do with this load board. So y'all go and join that load board this week. I'm gonna be getting a bunch of shippers and brokers to start posting loads to it because it's a free load board to all shippers and all brokers. So hey, y'all been waiting for this. This is what we're bringing to you. So let's get on it. Now, like I said, it is free for right now. So that was the best time to get on. And I think it's going to remain free to you for at least probably 60 days, maybe even 90 days. I have to check with Khalid. We have to confirm on that, and we'll start putting out some solidified numbers here this week. You all will start seeing stuff on Facebook and stuff that we're going to be putting out. I've got some stuff up, about the load board now, in the RBBS Logistics Learning Center. We put some stuff up, about us coming up with the new load board and things like that. We've got some stuff, and there it is right there. We're putting stuff up, straight dispatch, and the RBBS Logistics Learning Center presents the last load board you'll ever need coming soon. I'm going to go ahead and start putting in the link to it right now. I'm going to start putting the link in right now. Start putting it out there so people can start joining it. There it is right there. There's a little video part of it right there. Put that there right there. And then there is our announcement on our collaboration, straight dispatch, and the RBBS Logistics Learning Center coming soon. Load board, mobile trucking, freight management software. So we're always trying to make some things happen and bring you all better tools and resources. So that's what it's all about. And for those of you who are thinking about becoming freight brokers or starting your own dispatch firm or wanting to make money booking freight from home, join our platform. And join our platform. This is it. The RBBS, Logistics Learning Center, the National Dispatcher Network. Go to mydispatcher.org. For those of you who are listening to my voice, if you want to join our platform, if you want to learn how to book freight and make money from home, our platform will join our platform. We are not a quote-unquote training course or freight broker school or anything like that. We do not take any part of the money you earn. You keep 100% of every dime you earn. You simply pay us a monthly subscription fee of $39.95 plus tax per month to access all your back office tools and resources, training, and our network and ongoing weekly training. And you will pay a one-time enrollment fee. For the individual enrollment is $349.95. And we have discounted packages for veterans and we have discounted packages for corporate enrollments. So check us out. Go to our page, mydispatcher.org. That's singular, not plural. When you get there, scroll down, you'll see the video underneath it. You see where it says to enroll. Click here. Click that, take you over to the automated enrollment, and you can enroll with any debit or credit card. Okay, immediately after you enroll, you'll receive your confirmation and your new members welcome packet, so you can get started and onto the road to booking freight from home and making good money booking freight from home. And that's our enrollment page is pulling up right now. There is the standard enrollment package. If you want to see what's going on behind that, click off of it, and it reveals all of the other enrollment options. All right. If there's no questions, anybody got any comments, questions, shout outs I want to give? What's your company name? All that stuff? Anybody?
No, I think somebody posted something in your Facebook chat. It was asking if you were going to update the dispatcher agreement. Someone posted it in your chat.
Updated. I'll find it.
They answered it though. You say you update them yourself.
Yeah, you can update. Yeah, it's editable. Yeah, the dispatcher.
Yeah.
All the
You tailor it. You could tailor it.
Yeah, all the forms and stuff within the back office. If you will, make sure you download Microsoft Word. Microsoft Word, you can hit where it says enable the editing, and you can make the changes, and you can edit any of those agreements how you want to. Okay. All right. Thank you, everybody. Hope y'all got a lot out of today's training and today's Six Figures Booking Freight from Home show. Hope y'all enjoyed it. I enjoyed spending time with you all as always. Y'all thank my wife for allowing me to come down here every Saturday. So hope y'all had an enjoyable day. I hope y'all really enjoyed it. This will be available on YouTube and on Facebook, and we'll be back off the site very soon. See y'all on Monday for how-to training. It's Monday night, 8 p.m., 8:45. And then on Tuesday, spot training. And then on Wednesday Q&A. And then back here next Saturday for what? Six Figures Booking Freight from Home show. Y'all have a good day. Love all of y'all. Appreciate each and every last one of you all. And for those of you all who are not part of our platform, we look and hope to see you all within our training platform very soon. Thanks again, everybody. Y'all have a great.
You too.
You the same. Have a good day, everybody. Peace.
Thank you.
Everybody. Later.